Did he get it? Did he get it? Get those arms up. Touchdown, Rice Owls. He throws up the side, picked up on the outside. Smith down the 10, the 5, stays in bounds. Touchdown, Rice Owls. The pick six.
This is Owls football, brought to you by Houston Methodist, leading medicine, IBEW Local 716, lighting up Rice University in Houston for over 100 years. Carbach Brewing Company. Carbach, it's crafted for serious fun. Little Woodrose. Little Woodrose is your local Texas watering hole. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The Rice Owls have come in and stunned the 15th ranked Marshall Thundering Herd.
This is the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame show. Now, here's the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Oh, you know it. State's capital in Austin. Rice Owls and the Texas Longhorns. Owls wearing some commemorative silver helmets, warming up the end zone to our left, and Texas doing some jumping jacks in their burnt orange to our right. Welcome to the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame show, where the Rice Owls, in dire need of a W, playing a very motivated Texas team, which we'll talk more about here in just a little bit. The Owls have not defeated Texas since that famed Sunday night in 1994. They've lost 14 straight in the series, so why not play them right now? The Owls have done crazier things, and it hasn't even been a calendar year since a huge win. This win would obviously be bigger, more on the keys in a second, but Nate, Rice and Texas, even though they're not conference opponents anymore, still a great game for the Owls to have here.
Comes back to the Southwest Conference. The good old days of the Southwest Conference.
Yes, sir.
I used to have a little fun covering these schools. But now, doesn't happen very often. We get a chance to play them, once every 2 years now?
Maybe.
And so, look, I just think that this is a huge game for the Rice Owls tonight for lots of reasons. You got to find a way to wipe that taste out of your mouth of what happened last week versus the University of Houston. That just cannot happen again. And tonight, you'll probably see something different. We kind of talked about it in our first pregame, if you will, down on the field. I don't think you're going to see as much trickeration up front. I think you're going to see guys going head up just like you saw versus Arkansas. A big defensive line versus a big Rice offensive line and vice versa. Very, very athletic Rice defensive line going up against a huge Texas offensive line that lost in the trenches last week to Arkansas. So they want to try to recover their manhood and, of course, come out and play well today. That's just the start of things.
Look at the quarterback sides of both situations. Are obviously different teams, but they're in similar situations trying to find that guy. Luke McCaffrey is the hands-down starter coming into this one, and Coach Bloomgren saying he is the one that gives us the best chance to win. Luke struggled at times, but a lot of that was the line play in front of him against the Cougars, but the way Coach Bloomgren responded was saying, hey, it's no excuse. We got beat in every way possible, but going with Luke in this game, he's got that it factor. He can extend plays, but what are some of the things he needs to do, besides obviously relying on the run game, to settle things down and keep the Owls in it?
Well, the first thing, coming from Nebraska, he's played in front of big crowds. I'm not necessarily worried about that. I think settling down here in Texas, this is a whole different banana. When you start peeling back, the layers and onions as well, when you start peeling back the layers. So what he needs to be able to do is get some early success. You don't have to give him big hitters down the field. If you want to run some trick plays, okay. But I think some short passes, some good runs, get hit early so you can get accustomed and know how the Texas defense is going to attack. And then you need to get your tight ends involved. Again, short passes to the big guys, create some mismatches. That's what's going to help Luke out. He's got to see that his guys are confident. He's got to see that his guys are going to be confident in him. And they're going to have to come out and do some good things early, JP. Again, doesn't have to be the big hitter, but just do the small things well first.
And on the Owls front, they had a lot of positive from Kalen Griffin. He had a career-high 86 yards. They need more of that. And let's see if Juma Otoviano does get into the action. Let's see if Ari Broussard can do some more, because I mean, it's no huge secret now. Bradley Roser and August Pete will not play in this game. We'll have more on our Houston Methodist injury report coming in a little bit. But, Nate, I mean, we talked about it a lot, and I hate to keep beating that dead horse, but they've got to find a way to move the football. This is a very tough defensive front to move against.
They've got 4 really good backs. They also have a jumbo set, and we'll see how often they use the jumbo set against this defense. But the backs that they have, and you mentioned them, Myers, Griffin, Broussard, Oliviano, all those guys are capable of having big games. Now, it's just a matter of whether or not the Rice offensive line can create the holes for them to run. But I think those guys are quite capable of doing that. And the other thing, speed up the tempo. Do not be an offense that is predictive. If you are predictable out there, it's going to be hard to play against this Texas defense. So you've got to catch them when they're not looking. You've got to speed up that offense and make sure that when you run your plays, you know what you're doing. And use your tight ends. You got to create mismatches. We saw that back in 2013 when Rice won the conference. They created a lot of mismatches with their big tight ends, Vance McDonald, and so that's what you have to be able to do. And also Luke Wilson. You got to be able to do the same thing tonight. They've got 3 really big tight ends. Man, create those mismatches against Texas. Texas is big. They're physical, but I don't think they're better from the standpoint of just overall. And then listen to me good now. Overall talent, because Rice does have talent. They can compete against this Texas team.
Thanks, big brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, we got an extra Longhorn Network extended pregame show.
Yes.
So, talking what we do best. So
that's what we do.
We don't mind filling that time. Longhorn Network be dang. Stay with us. It's a hot night here in Austin, 93 degrees. There is a 15% chance of rain in a little bit here at our Houston Methodist Hospital pregame. We'll welcome our 3rd member of the honor group. He is back.
Who is he?
Matt Peterson. He is back on the sideline after his contract holdout. No, we cannot have him on the sideline last year, and Mr. Big Time will be down there on the outside line. That is now in the shade. We'll hear from him in a little bit. Coming up next, Nate talks to Big 7 Jordan Myers coming up as the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame continues from Austin, Rice in Texas. This is Rice House football from Learfield.
Rice fans, need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls Trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today and go Owls.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Rice Owls and the Texas Longhorns here, 40 acres in Austin. Rice looking to defeat Texas for the first time since 1994. The last time the Owls won here was October 23rd, 1965. The great Richard Parker had a 33-yard field goal, and that capped a 17-point rally to give Rice a 20-7 win. And the Owls' last win was during the MLB players' strike in 1994, a Sunday night. Rice won that game 19-17. Welcome back on the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame with Nate Griffin. I'm JP Heath. Coming up next segment, we'll hear from Ryan Stone in Little Woodrow's Network Studios, where he obviously has a busy day to recap from across college football. In Conference USA, Louisiana Tech and SMU just had a walk-off win. We'll tell you who won that. And have the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites scoreboard here in just a second. And we have Naeem Smith as our pregame segment. I don't want Cindy getting mad on us, Nate, but
bad on you.
Tell us a little bit about Naeem before you throw it to that nice chat we had.
First of all, he is a very hard-hitting safety. This guy sacrifices everything, and I'm talking about body and soul when he makes a hit. When a collision, we know there's going to be some fireworks. So he talks about that. He talks about playing against Texas and also talks about that loss versus North of Houston, which really, really hurt. And then there's something kind of special at the end.
There's a lot of takeaways from the game, especially defensively. We obviously didn't have the performance that we wanted to have this first home game, but we're just trying to bounce back this week. Everything comes down to fundamentals at the end of just assignment, technique, and just executing what you're asked of, and just do your 111. So that's my biggest takeaway from last game. We're just trying to do too much out there, and maybe try to correct somebody else, but just do your job and everything will be taken care of.
When you think about it, being that you are one of the elder statesmen on this team, and I mean, look, the whole secondary, you got guys with experience. Up front, defensively, you have guys with experience along that defensive line. You guys know what kind of a team you are. As you look at this game today versus Texas, what do you see? What do you think of their offense?
Yeah, they're a really good offense. We've all been watching a lot of film, and we're gonna have to come out and compete. They're gonna take deep shots. They're gonna run the ball too, and they have really good backs and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, this is the opportunity that we all came here for. We want to play big time football and just come together. And all we gotta do, like I said, is just fundamentals. Come ready to go. I think Houston game we came out flat, and we just never really got the ball rolling. And it's important for us to throw the first punch and just have fun, fly to the football, create turnovers, and just tackle well. Honestly,
why don't you think you guys came out with the kind of punch you needed against Houston?
That's a great question. It's really disappointing since it was our first home game. But honestly, that's in the past. I'm not even trying to think about it too much right now. But I'm just looking forward. The whole team is just ready to bounce back this week. And the preparation is all where it first starts, and then it's actually going out and visualizing yourself doing, making plays. And we just got a big opportunity this week where we got to bring it at the end of the day.
Well, let's talk about visuals. What is it you know about the Texas team?
Are you speaking offensively?
Yes.
Okay. They definitely like to take shots first and foremost for secondary. So I'm gonna as DBs, we got to visualize ourselves in man coverage, zone coverage. What should we expect? So when we look at the film, you're going to look at the film, and one thing I like to do is just, visualize myself after I'm done watching film, and what did I just see, and what can I expect when I'm actually out on the field, and, also looking at run gaps and different things, like where do I need to fit, who do I need to communicate, and, make sure we're all on the same page, so things like that.
Might want to say hello to your mom.
Hey, Mom, I'll actually see you at the game, so look forward to seeing you there.
All right, so Mama Cindy is in the house. We get that confirmation from Big Three, Naeem Smith, the Iowa City, Iowa product. And I like how, first off, great questions, Nate. But I like how he said, hey, it's important for us to throw the first punch in this game. I think this is a defense where the numbers have been a bit deceiving. Hey, in the end, though, you are what you are. But I think they're better than the numbers have played. And I told some folks during the week, hey, this defense is a lot better, and it's going to have to be a low-scoring game, and that starts with the D, keeping that good Texas offense off the field.
You have a quarterback, and this guy, Casey Thompson, who's played a total of 10 games. Mm-hmm. So you want to try to shake him up early if you can. I think we have the opportunity to do that because you have a Rice defense that is very, very experienced. And this is the day that they need to see and need to show that experience. I think anybody would agree with me. I think Brian Smith is one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. I really do. In terms of scheming, he's one of the best. Didn't look good last week. That's unfortunate because the defense was on the field most of the game, if you remember correctly. It seemed that way anyway. But I think this defense has an opportunity to really do something special, and they can match up against that Texas offense.
Stay with us here in the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame. The countdown to Petey begins in 2 more segments. We'll hear from the red-headed wonder child down on the Rice South sideline. And coming up next, Ryan Stone will update you on the jam-packed day of college football and one walk-off win inside the Conference USA schedule coming up in just a bit in Little Woodrow's studio. It's Rice and it's Texas. Need we say more? Stay with us next. Houston Methodist Hospital pregame. This is Rice football from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits and retirement, and zero student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
No one wants to fight the traffic to and from the stadium or arena. You don't have to when you go Win. Win Transportation. Enjoy the game, not fight the traffic. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable group transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans, giving your trip an extra special touch. So when it's game time, remember, all you need is Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Everybody's got a burger. No matter what your burger, Fuddruckers has it. Each morning, we make the freshest buns for the world's greatest hamburger. Whatever craving combo you have, our buns have you covered. 100% all-American premium cut beef cooked to order. Add delicious toppings to pile high. Then head over to our build-your-own produce bar with fresh ingredients to create your crave. Our burger coasters are waiting for you at Fuddruckers.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Time for a look at scores from around Conference USA and across the nation. Let's go inside the Little Woodrow Studios. Here's Ryan Stone.
Rice on the road, taking on the Texas Longhorns. Ryan Stone with you in the Little Woodrow Studios. Time for your Houston Lyndon Medical Center Hotel and Suites scoreboard update. In Conference USA action, Louisiana 37-33 until the final play of the game.
Second down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Down don't matter. 6 seconds to go. They come with a blitz this time. Mordecai flushed out to his left. Waiting, firing towards the end zone. There's a receiver there. Ball bounded! Caught by Reggie Robinson on the deflection! Touchdown! SMU! Oh my God! 21 caught Reggie Robertson, and the Mustangs are gonna win it. Unbelievable!
Great call there from Rich Phillips from Learfield as SMU walks off with the win, 39-37 to get that win. Elsewhere, UTSA leading Middle Tennessee at halftime, 10-0. Also, Marshall up on East Carolina in what now is a close game at the half. Thundering Herd leading 24-21. Quarterback Grant Wells with 213 yards passing and a touchdown in the first half. Florida Atlantic up on Fordham 7-0 late in the first quarter. Liberty's up on Old Dominion in Lynchburg 28-17. A high-scoring half there. Malik Willis, the Heisman hopeful, 13 of 18, 145 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, also 90 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Charlotte on the road at Georgia State is scoreless early in the second quarter. Florida International is tied at Texas Tech 7-7 early in the second quarter. Southern Miss leading Troy 3-0 early in the second quarter there at Southern Miss. UAB up on North Texas 7-0 early in the first quarter in that one. Just a little under 3 minutes into action in that one. In top 25 action, number 1 Alabama on the road at 11th ranked Florida, and early on it was all Crimson Tide.
Second and goal, Bama from the 7. Inside the final minute of the opening quarter, Bama's on top 14-3. 3 wides to the left. Bryce Young claps his hands, gets the snap. Robinson deploys, picks up a man, cuts inside the defender. He'll walk it in for another Alabama touchdown.
Eli Gold from Learfield. However, Florida came back and made things really interesting. They got within 2 points, but failed the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. With about 2 minutes to play, Alabama holds on to get the win, 31-29. Elsewhere, number 9 Ohio State got a test from Tulsa before Ohio State scored 2 late touchdowns to pull away. They end up getting the victory, 41-20. 6th-ranked Clemson struggling at home against Georgia Tech. They lead just 7-3 early in the fourth quarter. Elsewhere earlier today, number 8 Cincinnati struggled on the road in the first half before coming to life in the second half with 28 points for a 38-24 win over Indiana. 12th-ranked Notre Dame knocked off Purdue 27-13. Another upset, Michigan State on the road at Miami, but the South Florida Heat couldn't cool off the Spartans.
Wind that clock. Peyton Thorne, the son of a coach, knows what needs to be done. He takes the snap, winds up and throws toward the end zone. He's got a man open. It's caught. Jalen Naylor, touchdown MSU. Wow, what a throw and a heck of a call.
George Baja from the Spartan Sports Network on the call. Michigan State goes on to win in blowout fashion, 38-17. Also, West Virginia knocked off 15th-ranked Virginia Tech 27-21. Number 3 Oklahoma beat Nebraska 23-16. And currently in progress, number 2 Georgia at home against South Carolina. The Bulldogs leading early, 14-3. They're late in the first quarter. That's a look at your scores from the top 25 and Conference USA. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll throw it back out to the stadium, and the guys will continue to get you ready for kickoff. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Rice Sports Network from Learfield.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Golick, and I'm back to host the second season of the Fan Exam live trivia game every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Test your college sports knowledge against fans from around the country for the chance to win cash and prizes, including an unforgettable New Year's Day experience at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. It's free to play in the brand new Fan Exam app or at thefanexam.com. Get ready to ace the test. Join us for the Fan Exam Season 2 every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
there are certain times in your broadcasting career you just cherish because they happen again. One of those is coming up in a few seconds. After 2 years of angst and anticipation, a worldwide pandemic could not keep him away. Matt Peterson is back, brother. I can't see you down there, but I can hear you. Good to have you back. How are you?
It is great to be back, boys. I'm at the 20-yard line, Rice sideline.
Okay.
You see me now?
I got a couple panes of glass to look for, but I'll trust you there. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I see you.
It is great to be back 2 years in the making, and great atmosphere here in Austin. It's warm, 95 degrees, feels like 99, so even some of that Bayou City humidity has made its way to Austin. But I'm optimistic tonight. I'm going to think about the last couple of years, boys, and I think Rice, somewhat ironically, has been a better road team. Look at last year. Win at Southern Miss, the historic win over Marshall. The year before, winless going to Murfreesboro. They win at Middle Tennessee. They end the year with momentum winning at UTEP. And if you think of the first game of the season, it was at Army. They lost 14-7. They had a chance to win it late. So whatever it is with Mike Bloomgren and his staff, they get this team ready to win away from home.
Thank you, Matt. Look forward to hearing from you throughout the broadcast. And yeah, like we've talked about in the other games, Nate, no surprise, Matt is dead on there. They feed off the energy in an atmosphere like this, and it's not going to be a full house. They said they weren't expecting the full six figures, but if you can't get revved up for this one, you don't have a pulse.
You're absolutely right. I was trying to remember when we went to LSU how the team played. And if you remember, they played okay. Really did. They played okay. When we went to Texas A&M, they played okay. We had two NFL corners at the time. And quite frankly, right now, I think, in my personal opinion, I'll just kind of stretch this out a little bit.
All right, let's talk.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Sean Fresh and Miles McCord, I think that they are definitely at a point where you can visualize those guys maybe playing at the next level, because they have been, when you look at the duo of corners that we've had over the years, these two, just from their short time of playing together, I think they're pretty good. I really do.
A Houston Methodist injury report on the other side of things, the guys that they used to go against in practice. Bradley Reisner is out, not playing this game. Led the team in receiving in 2019. He would have been huge in this game. August Pete did not play against Houston last week after having that great opener at Arkansas, scoring on the deep ball. So that obviously affects things a lot on the offense, but even with them in there, it still would have been the same key, is they've got to run the football a lot better. The only problem is you've got Pete Kwiatkowski on the other side of things. He knows that, and Rice is going to have to run it some more tonight.
Not having Rosner and Pete changes the entire dynamic, because you don't have the height, you don't have the size, some of the speed is not there that you need to make a difference. That's why we've been talking and harping on the tight ends playing a lot more, getting those guys involved. So, yeah, to answer your question directly and save a little time, yes, you do need the other wide receivers to play big, although you don't have Rosner and Pete.
On the defensive side, Rice will be without Trayshawn Chamberlain. We don't know for how long yet, but the junior from Greenwood, South Carolina, Gabe Taylor will play a lot more. He'll slide down from the backup strong safety spot and play in that Viper spot. But Chike Anavogu, the Ridge Point product, he'll play a lot too. But not having Trayshawn, that flex safety that can come up and play the run too, that's going to hurt the Rice Owls defense. For a Texas offense trying to get its bearings, but you got a potential All-American running back, number 5 on the the other side of things, Rob.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Bijan Robinson is really pretty good. Got good size, 6 feet 213, and he's a twitch guy. He's one of those guys who can hit the line, change directions, and lead the change. And certainly when you look at how they're going to have to defend him today, yes, the Rice Owls defense, they're going to have to make sure they close the gaps and not give him a lot of gaps to hit holes and take it to the house.
Stay tuned. Coming up on our Houston Methodist Hospital extended pregame show, we'll have a visit with Dunleavy Family head football coach Mike Bloomgren when we come back. Rice and Texas. Stay tuned after this here. This is Rice football from Learfield.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable team transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable team transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Everybody's got a burger. No matter what your burger, Fuddruckers has it. Each morning, we make the freshest buns for the world's greatest hamburger. Whatever craving combo you have, our buns have you covered. 100% all-American premium cut beef cooked to order. Add delicious toppings to pile high. Then head over to our build-your-own produce bar with fresh ingredients to create your crave. Our burger coasters are waiting for you at Fuddruckers.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out, too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything.
Wow.
Nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Hey, college football fans, I'm Mike Golick.
And I'm Kate Scott. This fall, we are bringing you a fresh new way to hear college football play-by-play. Golick and I teaming up for college football Saturday night, powered by Learfield.
It's a bold new way to listen to college football. Smart, fun, refreshing, food. I added that. A unique radio play-by-play experience, and I'm so looking forward to broadcasting live alongside Kate this fall.
College football Saturday night, powered by Learfield. Hope you'll join us.
Kickoff is moments away, which means it's time for a visit with Rice head football coach Mike Bloomgren. Brought to you by Carbach Brewing Company. Carbach, it's crafted for serious fun. Now, alongside the coach, here's JPD.
The Texas Longhorns here in our state's capital here. A little bit before we kick this one off, head coach Mike Bloomgren with us. And Coach, how was the week of practice? I know you told me earlier in the week you liked what you saw the first couple times, but what did you see in the week as a whole, seeing how the guys bounced back?
Yeah, I thought they really worked their butts off. They did everything we asked them to do from a preparation standpoint, and they had a really good week.
Easy to get up for a game like this, like we talked about, and really one of the big reasons why they come to Rice, isn't it?
Absolutely. I remember in the NFL, those guys who had played a long time, they told me this is a pulse game. You know, it was one of those Monday Night Football games or playoff game where everybody's excited to play, and that's exactly how our team's going to be for this one.
Luke McCaffrey, what are you looking to do with him this week, and what are some of the things that he could do well in this game tonight?
Yeah, we just need him to take another step forward. You know, they've had trouble against some quarterbacks using their legs, and that's something Luke does incredibly well. We need him to be efficient. We need him to protect the ball.
On your defensive side of things, what are some keys that Coach Smith and you have talked to them about?
Yeah, you know, for us, it's going to be really simple. It's stopping the run, right? They got a great running back. The Robinson kid, number 5, is outstanding. We got to stop him before he can even get started, kind of like their previous 2 opponents have done. And that will give us a great chance to be successful. And then in the secondary, we got to play it top down. And that's kind of a simplistic formula for our defense, that when those 2 things are happening, we're doing some really good things, stopping the run and playing top down.
Coach Sarkisian said this week both of their quarterbacks will play, so evaluate Thompson and Carter, obviously different quarterbacks, but expect to see Thompson a little bit more. How do you describe them?
Yeah, I would expect to see Thompson more. I mean, if you're making a quarterback change, you have a reason for it. And so I believe they're doing that for a reason. You know, a kid that hasn't started a game since 2017, but he's always been in the program, always been, I think, second team. It seems like he's always been backing up Sam to this year, starting the season off as the backup. But he played against us a good bit in 2019, I believe it was. And, you know, he went 5 of 7, and we were able to get to him a sack in 1 time. So during the course of the game, we need to make that percentage a little bit lower and still hit him and hit him and hit him.
And on their defensive side of things, I don't know why I remember this, but 2 years ago you were talking about 99 Coburn, and 2 years later, 99 Coburn still plugging it up the middle. So it starts from him and Coach Kwiatkowski's defense. Discuss them.
Yeah, I think Pete does a great job as a defensive coordinator. He's going to give his kids what they're ready for, and he'll be as base as he needs to be to make sure those guys can play fast and physical within his scheme. He's always done a really nice job.
Mm-hmm. And finally, some keys in this one to get a win here in Austin.
Yeah, there's nobody that's coming here to play well or to put on a good show. We're coming here to win, And so we're going to start off from the opening kick right on down the line to make plays and to give ourselves a chance to win this football game.
Thank you, Coach. Go get it.
Thanks, bud.
WFM head football coach Mike Bloom. Go to Rice in Texas coming up next here from Learfield.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster with an insatiable thirst, a monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants, an ice-cold Hopadillo IPA, just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible, sweet, berry. Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
Head on over to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village. They've got post-game drink specials a college student can't refuse. On Thursdays, enjoy college nights with $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Any other day, bring your Rice Eye. Little Woodrow's is definitely the place to be. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with our upcoming events. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
This is the College Football Rewind.
Give it sick! Kick is good! And the Longhorns win. This is what big-time college football is all about.
Taking you beyond the college football.
Got it! Touchdown, Washington!
It's the College Football Rewind. Download on Sunday mornings on Apple Podcasts. Search College Sports Now. The following is a Learfield presentation of the Rice Sports Network.
Our team is very confident. They believe in themselves.
How do you like that? How does that sound? Rice out for the back pressure from the front. He is sacked. Now switching the power forward, and they get in. Touchdown, Rice out.
We've just gotten better. We're bigger, faster, stronger.
He gets a back right throw up the shoulder. Why not?
We're going to go up there and fight them. Definitely did it. It's on the clock.
The Bayou bucket was certainly one to be tossed in the trash bucket last week, but the Owls hope to learn from it. Leader of the O-line, Shea Baker, knows it was a tough week. They're not backing down.
Pick ourselves up, we got our shoulders, and we keep going. And we have to move forward because that's the only way we're going to move.
This week, the Owls head up to Austin to play the Longhorns. Mike Bloomgren said Luke McCaffrey will remain behind center.
We made the decision that, hey, we give us our best chance. We're going to do everything we can to put him in the best position to be successful.
Antonio Montero has been all over the field for the Owls defense. He has not forgotten the stain loss at NRG 2 years ago to UT.
It's not a good challenge to play again. A little bit of bad blood there for me because I just can't put myself against a good team with a lot of good players. Texas. Very important game for not only me but for you guys on the team who's always a part of the next level and the team recognition.
Oh yeah. Are we required by some broadcast law to say, why does Rice play Texas? Well, not just because it's hard, but to win. Rice looks for that first win against the Horns since 1994. It's next on the Rice Sports Network from Learfield.
On the Rice Owls Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Owls football. Owls football is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, lighting up Rice University in Houston for over 100 years. By Karbach Brewing Company. Karbach, it's crafted for serious fun. And by The Parking Spot. The Parking Spot. We have airport parking covered. Now, let's head inside the stadium alongside Nate Griffin. Here's the voice of the Owls, J.B. Heath.
Nothing like a great environment in college football to get you going, and the Rice Owls have that tonight, taking on the Texas Longhorns here in Austin, alongside Nate Griffin and Bob Schlanger, Walter Donaldson Engineering, and yes, Matt Peterson on the sideline. David Salzman is spotting tonight in the ATX as a huge, almost half the field Lone Star Texas flag is being spun around there, the left end. The Owls and the Longhorns are both about to exit as a team. The Longhorns captains are out right now. We're waiting for those Rice captains as they are sauntering up the sideline across the way, and they are white head to toe. They actually have some silver helmets there in this special game against Texas. Well, Owls have a big challenge ahead of him. I've said it before. They don't ask you who's playing the game. You go by the score. The Owls have a lot in front of them on the offensive side of things to get better. Not just even if Bradley Weiser and August Peak were in the lineup, but they'll be out for an extended amount of time. Nate, what's an Adidas Earn Your Stripe key to a Rice Owls W shorthanded here in our state capital here tonight?
I heard your great interview with head coach Mike Bloomgren. I will tell you, he is right, but I'm going to say this also. They have to maintain their composure. That is the first key to this game, maintaining your composure. Always believe that you are in this game. The second key to this game, stun Texas. Find a way to create some turnovers and make some things happen for you offensively so that you can maintain possession of the football. I said that last week. It was a main key. You got to do it again today.
Yeah, I'll be so bold to say as Texas comes out of its locker room to the south end, Rice is matriculating out of the north end zone and about to come on to the field. I'll be so bold to say they must have a fast start. I loved what Naeem Smith said to you. They have to come out, and it's important for us to throw that first punch. And as you heard with Mike Bloomgren saying, hey, from the opening kickoff, we've got to do something special. So he didn't tell me in so many words, even off mic, but I just wonder, hey, what do you mean by that, Coach? They've got to. If there's a game to do it, obviously the most important part of the schedule is still coming, but we wouldn't mind making a huge statement here tonight.
But here's the thing. You got to have three components of the game. And you're getting ready for the coin toss, but you got to have three components of the game. Special teams, offense, defense. You got to have them all tonight if you're going to have them win.
Looking down on the field right now, they're shifting things. The zebra is moving the Owls and the Longhorns captains down on the logo. And
my name is Kevin Marr. I'll be your referee tonight.
The referee here.
Mr. Marlowe
Owls captains Trey Schumann, Wiley Green, Sydney's boy, Naeem Smith, and Jordan Myers.
The blue side is heads. The red eagle is tails, okay? Blue side is heads, red eagle is tails.
He kind of sounds like Jason
visiting
Metcalf.
team, you're going to make the call. What's your call?
He does.
He has a little Metcalf.
Tails is the call, okay?
So Metcalf, shout out if you're listening.
It is tails. Riley? Rice has won the toss, has elected to the further option to the second half. Jordan, you want the ball? Riley, which direction do you want to kick? Okay, let's switch. Texas will receive.
So Rice won the toss and they defer. They'll be kicking off from our right to our left. Texas Longhorns football to start this. Starting quarterback is Charles Boy, former OU star. Charles Thompson played for Barry Switzer north of the red, but as Barry Switzer would say, he slipped south of the red, and he's now making his first career start. Casey Thompson from Newcastle, Oklahoma, came out of the bullpen, so to speak, and played 2 years ago down at NRG in that Texas commanding win. He's the quarterback. Christian Jones, a heavily recruited Rice guy. He's a junior starting at left tackle. He's a Cy Woods product for the Longhorns. The right tackle is their veteran team high 40th career start today for Derek Kerstetter, Reagan kid from San Antonio, just down I-35. Junior Aniglau is the right guard, 6'6", 319, a junior from Salt Lake City. Jake Majors, a redshirt freshman from Prosperous, the center. And Denzel Okafor, a Louisville young guy, is the left guard. Wide receivers, Cueros, Jordan Whittington out wide, former Mr. Texas football. Joshua Moore from Yoakum, and Xavier Worthy as well. Starting running back, potential All-American Bijan Robinson, and Cade Brewer, the tight end. They also have Jared Wiley, their backup tight end back. So we'll have the, I will right now get to those Rice defenders too, as Rice is about to get out there. Trey Schumann, Ikena Enechukwu, Elijah Garcia, Kenneth Orji on the D-line. Orji will play up as an outside linebacker as well, in addition to a rush in. But Gabe Taylor or Chike Anabogu are going to fill in Trayshawn Chamberlain's big shoes at that strong side linebacker. But Antonio Montero, tied for the CUSA lead in tackles. He's the middle linebacker. And Desmond Baker mainly Myron Morrison, but Baker will play some of that will too. Nyquil and Smith, the safeties. McCord and Fresh are the corners. Here we go. Deshaun Jameson is back deep for the Texas Longhorns, and the Owls are kicking it deep. Nate, it's not a sellout crowd, but
it's a good crowd, though.
Longhorns getting ready to go here.
And Rice likes playing in front of these types of crowds.
They've switched some jerseys on us. I presume that is Colin Riccatelli out there. But Christian Van Sickle has been their regular kickoff guy. Thank you, David. Yeah, Riccatelli is kicking this one off, not zero. He is number 2, kicking it off for your Rice Owls. We wait for the approval of the Longhorn Network to be ready to start this one. Sarcasm intended there with a heavy tongue. And we're ready to go. The Owls in their silver helmets. They have a matte kind of finish on it. Navy blue, white from the shoulders on down. And Longhorns in their burnt orange and white. Onside kick, little pop-up kick that pops at the 35. The Longhorns slide down on it at the 30. And down at the 29-yard line, Crawford recovers on that kick. Little pop-up onside kick. I don't know if he miskicked that, but Texas has the football.
Well, I'll tell you what, the field position for Texas is not any better than what it would be unless, they returned it, to the 30, 31-yard line. But right now, if they kick it, deeper, but right now it looks pretty good.
Longhorns come out of the huddle from the sideline. Again, they've got Robinson there, sophomore from Tucson, Arizona, as the back. And Thompson will be starting coming out of the shotgun. They've got twins to the right. They start from their 31 officially. The Owls have 4 down rushing it here. Man in motion is Worthy. They give it a little pop pass around the left end. Goes around the side and cannot cut the corner. He's brought down by Kenneth Orgy. He goes for a gain of 3. Second down and 7. Left to right for the Longhorns. Texas coming in these first 2 games, averaging 29.5 points. And total yards, they've averaged 339. They go a little tempo right now. Second down and 7, left to right in the opening seconds of this one. Thompson surveying that Rice defense. Now they have 3 down linemen. Takes the snap on a pistol set. Hand to Robinson. Starts right. Comes back to the left. Meets Fresh and stiff-arms him going down the sideline up midfield and out of bounds. Naeem Smith corrals him. And right at the 48, he stepped out a little further up the field than they thought, but still a first down gain into Owls territory for 17 for Texas.
Yeah, pretty good change of direction run that time by Bijan Robinson, and you can see the size and the strength and the stiff arm of Sean Fresh.
Sean Fresh didn't see that down the road at LBJ in high school. The one Austin area guy on the Owls 2 deep here from the area. Shotgun step back to Thompson. Nothing going to the right. Runs up the middle and corrals against Orgy. And the Owls defenders going down to the 44-yard line. He got 4 yards. Second down and 6 for the Texas Longhorns. Nothing. Just got underway here.
Owls got to do a better job of setting the edge. Not only that, but making sure that there are no big gaps open for Casey Thompson to take off and start running.
Empty set. Owls look a little confused on defense here. Opening minute and a half. It's score the shotgun snap. Thompson he throws to the right. It's complete to Worthy and a shoestring tackle. Good job by Jordan Dunbar. Corralling him by a shoelace. Only a gain of a yard. So the Owls did a good job adjusting, and it's second down at 6 at the Rice 44.
Nice job right there at that time that I thought the Rice Owls defense did. Coming up, making the tackles. Also, we just talked about setting the edge. They did that. That's why you didn't see a big gain there.
Yeah, amend that. Third down and 4. Montero got that good pressure there in Thompson's back pocket. 2 minutes in, Rice and Texas are scoreless. Got the big tight end Brewer sliding in motion. 4 wide receivers sitting out. Snap, fake a handoff to Robinson. Set up a naked screen to the right side. Caught by Robinson. And he is brought down by Gabe Taylor for a gain of 2. No, it was 15. Washington, they did fake it to 5 Robinson there, but a short gain on the play down to the 41-yard line. 4th down and 3. Longhorns look to be going for it.
Yeah, Owls doing a nice job, though, of open field tackling, and that's what you have to do against this Texas team because they want to get it out to their speed guys and try to use their speed up against the smaller corners of Rice.
Right now, 4th down and 3. Owls have not allowed a 4th down conversion yet in this young season. Ball at the 41. Snap. Thompson looking right. Quick slant. Caught by Worthy. His 3rd catch of the drive. Shakes free of the Owls and moves back down the hashes. The 15 and the 10 before Sean Fresh finally brings him down. Worthy, who had no catches last week in that big loss against Arkansas. 31 yards, goal to go right at the 10-yard line. They go tempo. Thompson hand to Robinson off left tackle, gets bumped down. Smith and Fresh combining on that tackle for no gain at the 10. Good job of that lateral defense for the Owls. Second and goal at the 10.
Owls brought the house in the play before that. It's just that Texas was able to make a better play. I mean, they had a guy able to make a better play. Unfortunately, got the first down and got more.
Joshua Moore, the junior from Yoakum, comes in for the Longhorns. And he sets up to the left and goes in motion. Second down and 10. Thompson's got Robinson to his right out of that shotgun. Owls have fourth down here. And they've got that one safety over the top. Here's the snap and a handoff to Robinson on the short side left. The 10 cuts it inside, lunges towards the 6. And he gets about 4 yards on that play before Gabe Taylor stops him in his tracks. So, third down and 6. The Owls had struggled on third downs last week, but on the season, opponents getting 46% against them.
Yeah, again, you have to be able to stop this team early. Unfortunately, they're already down in your red zone. How do you stop them now inside the 10? And we've seen the Rice Owls be very tough inside the 10-yard line. Got to do it today against Texas.
Got a two-tight set with Brewer from Lake Travis and Wiley from Temple. 10:30, first quarter. Rice and Texas are scoreless here. Here's the snap. Hand to Robinson. Slivers to the right, runs to the left by Myron Morrison, and into the burnt orange end zone for the touchdown. A 6-yard score for Bijan Robinson. That's his first of this young season, and Texas leads 6-0.
And there you go right there. I'll tell you what, Bijan Robinson's got some really good feet, and it took all of that to be able to get into the end zone because every gap was covered. Did a nice job up front. Did the Texas Longhorns offensive line that time, but Bijan Robinson, that mostly was on him.
Owls had a chance on that drive, a big reception there by Xavier Worthy to keep the drive going on fourth down. And then later, Robinson gets that touchdown run. The deep snap comes back. Hudson Card, the backup QB, puts it down, and Cameron Dicker bangs it through the neon uprights to our right, and it is 7-0 Texas over Rice. 10:21 of this first quarter from Austin. This is Rice football from Learfield.
What if your preferred hospital could also be your primary care provider? At Houston Methodist, we go beyond hospital care, offering you everything from flu shots to well-woman exams to managing your weight and cholesterol. And our primary care doctors and specialists are connected all across the city. So whatever the need, wherever you live, we can be there for you.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrows in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights. We've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on all our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrows, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Texas leads the DKR 7-0 over the Rice Owls on the strength of a 9-play, 69-yard, 4-minute and 30-second drive, culminating with a Bijan Robinson 6-yard touchdown run. So it was mostly him, and right now it's about the Rice Owls defense being able to bone up and not allow much more of that this evening, JP.
Yeah, easy to say, the eye-in-the-sky view we have here, but they had that chance on that fourth down, and Thompson not doing anything just miraculous, but he made the right catches and 3 of those completions to a guy as a starting receiver, the true freshman from Fresno, California, Xavier Worthy. And the Owls have some work to do now. They're only down 7-0 though.
Sometimes it doesn't take a lot. Sometimes you just have to be patient. And Bijan Robinson is a patient runner with really good feet.
Let's get to those starters on the Rice Owls offensive side. Luke McCaffrey, 6'2", 200, redshirt freshman from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. 86 yards passing last week, threw 3 picks in that loss to Houston. And his left tackle is Clay Servant. Cole Garcia, the left guard. Isaac Barkowski is the center. Right guard is Shea Baker. His 34th straight game played. That's a high on the offense. The right tackle is Javon Wolford. And the Owls expect to have Cedric Patterson, Jake Bailey, a combination of others on the receiving corps. Jack Bradley, the starting tight end. And Jordan Myers listed as the starting running back. But he's played some tight end as well, too. Sean Fresh is back deep for the Owls. They'll be going from our right to our left. The Texas starting defense coming here momentarily, but now it's time. See that 10:21 on the clock there? I would not mind at all. That's down around 2 minutes the next time that the Owls don't have the ball. Can I make that request?
Okay.
Matt Peterson quickly down the right south sideline, sir.
Yeah, the message from Coach Smith. Coach Calhoun is tackling. You have to tackle better on that opening drive. And DeBerlin Carroll injured with that right boot, but he is in the huddle trying to motivate his defensive teammates.
I'm going to go on the ledge. I'm in favor of tackling.
Yeah, they started out the game tackling pretty good, I thought, on the edge. And then all of a sudden, you get down towards inside the 10 and you lose a little bit.
All right, Fresh has his heels on the goal line. Dick will be playing for money someday, and he kicks this one over Fresh's head, hits the elm of that white Longhorns logo in the end zone, and the Owls coming out to the 25, going right to left. The Owls have scuffled this season, only 24 total points, bottom 5 in the nation in scoring, bottom 7 in total yards. They've just got to keep control of the football and take time off the clock, getting back to the better stretches of Rice football that we've seen in recent past.
That's the thing, JP, maintaining control of the football, maintaining possession of the football. When you led the country in possession time, you want to get back to it.
Owls start in I formation. Kalen Griffin, indeed, will start as the tailback for the blue and gray. Rice down 7-0. McCaffrey under center, takes the turn, hands to Griffin, and he chugs his way behind right guard Shea Baker into a sea of orange and white. Got a couple on that play. Second down and 8 as Luke Brockermeyer, middle linebacker from Fort Worth, makes this stop. Here's their line. Jacoby Jones, one defensive end. Ray Thornton, the other, from Shoemaker High School, LSU transfer. Keandre Coburn and Moro Ojomo, the defensive tackles. Brockermeyer, Agofu, and Overshone, the linebackers. Overshone, he is a great one. Jaron Thompson, former Lufkin Panther, is the free safety. B.J. Foster, the boundary safety, and Williams and Jamerson, the corners. A handoff left, and Griffin, again, not getting much, not at all. Got no yards on that play, trying to get behind a Jack Bradley block, and it'll be third down and 8, and it was Obi Agofu, Notre Dame transfer, making that tackle. Third down and long, which you did not need to see.
Texas is running the same defense that they ran last week. Single deep safety. They got guys up because they don't think that the Rice Owls are going to throw. The cornerbacks are playing about 3 to 5 yards off the receivers. You got a single deep safety just in case.
Bailey in motion, third down and 8 to 27. They've got French in there as tight end. Shotgun snap from the left hash. Nothing there for McCaffrey. Wheels his way to the left side. In mid, near the sideline, the 30 gets slammed to his left by Overshone for 5 yards on that play. Well shy of the sticks. Goes up to the 32, and the Owls will punt.
I do like that element from McCaffrey. Sometimes you just got to pull that ball down and just take off running. And I think he's got the speed to be able to beat some guys. He can beat those linebackers. Needing those corners and safeties might be a little different element, but he's got the speed to be able to get it done.
Jameson back to return this punt. One return for 6 yards on the season. Kind of a low snap. And Mendez gets it. Falls down after he punts it. Coming up the short punt, the 35. Jameson laterally with the 35. Owls do a good job on special teams. Desmond Baker helped out by Adrian Bickham on special teams at 33-yard punt and a 4-yard return. And we have a timeout on the field. Texas the ball back, leading Rice 7-0. 8:14 to this first. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Everybody's got a burger. No matter what your burger, Fuddruckers has it. Each morning, we make the freshest buns for the world's greatest hamburger. Whatever craving combo you have, our buns have you covered. 100% all-American premium cut beef cooked to order. Add delicious toppings to pile high. Then head over to our build-your-own produce bar with fresh ingredients to create your crave. Our burger coasters are waiting for you at Fuddruckers.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
The Longhorns, Antonio Montero during the week was telling us in the media the defense has got to get better.
We felt like we played good quarters, but not 4 games. That's not good enough. Anytime that the offense gets the ball, the opposing offense, you can't let them score. It's as simple as that, especially on the red zone. We're in the red zone. We're definitely just giving up too many points. But I know we'll get corrected. I believe in the scheme. Our players. So not the way we wanted to start our season defensively, but we have 10 more games to correct the 9 overall.
Well, no better time than getting it corrected right now, Nate. Down 7-0, and the Owls have to hold the Longhorns off the scoreboard here. Hate to be so bold, but they can't get down 17-0 or 14-0 like they did last week against U of H.
Well, you can't go 3 and out either. I mean, you got to create those mismatches that allow you to stay on the field. If you can do that, you got a chance to continue series. You want to run plays. You got a big playbook there. You have at least 80 plays or more for this game. You want to see some of those plays. If you can run at least 65 plays today if you're Rice, you're in good shape. I'm telling you, man, 65 plays you want to be able to run.
Catch the Owls broadcast here tonight in a number of ways. And, hey, kids, we're on YouTube and Facebook. You can catch us on the Rice Athletics Facebook and YouTube channels. And we're waving to you right now. And you can see inside the booth here at wonderful DKR Royal Memorial Stadium. And also check out Matthew Bartlett of the Roost and I on our weekly YouTube show previewing the next game. That's every Wednesday at noon. Matthew and I stream live on that app that I think is doing okay on YouTube.
That's good.
So, start at the 39-yard line, left or right. Of course, Thompson still has the ball for the Longhorns, and he's got a 3-wide set. 11 personnel, motions Whittington, and they fake it to Robinson. Hit hard as he throws away in the juke of the ball. Flutters down, pick it off. Backpedaling at the 35-yard line. Gabe Taylor makes that catch on that interception after Ikea and Chico just clobbered Casey Thompson, and the Owls get the football back.
Those are the kinds of plays you have to be able to make. Defense finally finding a gap to be able to get to Casey Thompson and make him make a mistake and hit him on that throwing shoulder. It was a perfect shot to Casey Thompson, and he wasn't able to get anything on it. Nice shot there, and a better pickoff. You get possession of the football, and now you have the ball back. That's awesome.
Al's second pick of the season. Remember, the other one was Sean Flesh. And Gabe sets the Owls up, getting the football back immediately. So they were listening to their leader, Antonio Montero, playing better defense, getting the start. Right now, 32-yard line is where McCaffrey will bring the Owls back. I formation, double tight ends, and they give to Griffin, cuts it from left to right, and falls backwards and pass across the 35-yard line. And he's hit by Devin Richardson. We were told during the week that he got a lot of reps in practice. 3-yard gain there. True freshman from up the road, I-20 near Dallas in DeSoto, 2nd down and 7 now.
This is Caleb Griffin's type of game. He is a very physical type of runner between the tackles. He wants to hit those trenches. He wants to hit them hard, and he wants to make you feel it.
Got Andrew Mason wide to the left, Cedric Patterson wide to the right. Bailey slot left, snap, and a give across left side, and running around the left end again is Griffin. He got a couple yards before meeting the right side of that Texas defense. Saw the safety Cook coming to play the run, but Ajomo, the former Katy Tiger playing for Coach Joseph, helped out on that stop. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it's a very reasonable 3rd down and 5. You can get this. If you want to throw to one of your tight ends or your receivers, you can certainly do it. And what did we see out there in the flanking position we talked about earlier?
Hey, Jack Bradley, tight end.
There you go.
from Dallas, Bishop Lynch. His dad played basketball here at Texas. 3rd and 5, right to left to 37. Back to pass McCaffrey. Looking over middle. Caught. First down across the 45. And Jake Bailey brought down by the Marvion Overshone. And a first down, move the chains up to the 46. 9 yards. Nothing fancy, but you'll take it.
That's easy. That should be the game plan all night long. Again, they don't have to be big. Just reasonable yardage downs. And right now, 3rd and 5, you can make that happen if you can get 5 yards in the first 2 rounds.
Bailey out wide to the right now as McCaffrey comes under center. Jager Bull making an appearance. Flower Bluff product from Corpus Christi. Snap, play action left, roll out to the right, throwing run. Too big, Jack Bradley. Inside Texas territory, somersault over the 45 and a first down. Rashaan Jameson sent him in that somersault to get a first down to the 43, 11 yards. You like that rhythm?
I'm telling you right now, those defensive backs and safeties, they want no part of those tight ends. They don't want it, JP. They're too big. When you're dealing with 6'4", 6'5" tight ends that weigh 235, 240, 250, you're in trouble if you're a DB.
Luke McCaffrey, 2 of 2 passing so far. They put Montgomery in motion. The snap. Power run play is Griffin up the middle, 35-30. Cutting it right, trying to cut the corner against Jameson. A stiff arm inside the 20, the 15, and out of bounds near the 10. Good job by Kalen Griffin, taking that power run, picking that hole, and going 31 yards deep inside the Texas red zone.
A-gap run, Isaac Klarkowski. You also had Shea Baker making the opening for one Kalen Griffin, his type of run. I just wish he had used his stiff arm at the end of it to get into the end zone. But a great run that time by Kalen Griffin.
Al setting up now on the right hash, and it's McCaffrey under center, I formation, as they've got Bull in motion. Compact set. First down, snap, hand to Griffin. Starts right tackle, comes up the middle, runs into the caboose of Bull, and he is shoved back by Take Your Pick on the Longhorns. Loses a yard on that play. No gain, they're saying. Coburn, big fella from Spring Westfield, led that charge. Under the 5-minute mark, Texas 7 and Rice nothing.
Yeah, not a lot of room right there. You know, anytime you go with everybody up, defensively, you bring the house defensively, it's going to be kind of tough to really find a hole there. That's where you have to win the game in the trenches if you're the Rice Owls offense.
Bijan Robinson, a 6-yard touchdown run, the only scoring. Owls got an interception. They have the football back. 4:25 to go. Second down and 10. They're at the 12. Snap. McCaffrey had handed it to the left side on the option. They faked an option to the right. And Brockenmeyer corralling the Owls ball carrier for a gain of 2 yards on that play. And bring it back. That was Ari Broussard on that last carry for the Scholars. 3rd down and 8 at the 10.
That's all the Owls did. They had twins left in that last play. Spread out that defense just a little bit. That's what they're going to have to do a lot tonight, is spread out that Texas Longhorns defense to try and create some holes in those gaps.
Tavondre Sweat, former Huntsville Hornet, is down on the field right now, getting tended to by the Longhorns training staff. And Rice will have a 3rd down and 8 at the 10-yard line. 4:03 to go. Texas 7 and Rice nothing. Fuddruckers has the world's greatest hamburgers. Whether your crave is grilled onions, crispy bacon, 3 cheese, or all the above, we've got you. Our produce, homemade buns are always fresh and delicious. Come by, create your crave today at Fuddruckers. They're our sponsor of the Mike Bloomgren shows, which remain virtual for now. We want to get out to that Fuddruckers 288 in South McGregor location ASAP. But Fuddruckers, world's greatest hamburger. Sweat is helped off the field. Owls a massive 3rd down and 8 potential points play coming here. And Wiley Green has come in the game at quarterback here.
Well, no telling what that means. I could be a little bit more specific. Don't want to give it away, but it means pass. They're going to throw the football. There's no question about that. Wiley Green in the game, he's pretty accurate. He's a pretty accurate passer, and this is where you're going to need him big time.
Wiley Green didn't play against Houston last week. Threw 3 picks, 152 yards at Arkansas, the season opener. Empty, 5 wide set. Texas 7 and Rice nothing. 4 and change to go. Now Myers comes down in the backfield. Little movement from that Texas defense. Snap back to the knees. Fling out to the left side. Myers dodges 1 tackle inside the 10. Lunges forward 2. His knee is down at the 7-yard line. Anthony Cook, former Lamar Texan in Houston, made that stop after a lunge of 3. Now what do you do? 4th down and 5.
You kick the field goal. You take the points that you can get right now, cut that lead down just a little bit. It's nothing but a 7-0 lead with about 3:28 remaining in the first quarter. But you feel more comfortable if you can put some points on the board. You probably would feel even more comfortable with a touchdown and tie the game. But the play that they ran did not work.
Riccatelli's scuffled a bit this year. Just 1 of 3 on his field goals. There's 5 on the play clock. Ball's at the 7. This will be about a 25-yard field goal from the left hash. Snap comes back. Kick is up. It's blocked, but a timeout came in. Collins was the one that hit.
Game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Collins was the one that blocked that, but that whistle came in to really bail out the Owls in that case.
Yeah, it did. And I thought that they were going to call a timeout. Did not. Took the delay of game penalty instead. And so now there you go. And really, what is that,
I'm looking at 20, they're saying 30 now, left hash. They'll put the hold down. McMahon, the holder. Deep snap comes back. The kick is up. End zone to our left. And it is no good. Needed 7 on that drive, and they could not get the 3. And a drive where the Owls moved the football, but 2:56 to go. And Texas leads 7-0.
That was it. You miss a 30-yard field goal. That's not coaching. You got to be able to hit that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You miss a 23-yard field goal. That's not coaching. That's on the kick. You got to be able to hit that field goal.
Stay tuned. Back in just a moment. 2:56 of this first quarter. Texas 7, Rice nothing. This is Rice football from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits and retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a career rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Rice Owls miss a field goal. Golden opportunity to score. Could not take advantage of the turnover. And it stays at 7-0. Matt Peterson is roaming down the Rice Owls sideline. I imagine little air taken out of the Owls' sails there. But what are you seeing overall down there, Mr. Peterson?
Hey guys, great to talk to you again. I'm seeing a lot of positivity on the defensive end. Cedric Calhoun wants penetration from his defensive line, but I think the offense has become a little predictable because you're going to go with McCaffrey running the ball first and second down most of the time. And as Nate Griffin said, you're bringing Wiley Green on third. It's almost telling Texas you're going to pass. I think a little more flexibility and unpredictability on offense would help.
They filled in the seats here, a lot of orange and white. I'm looking for the Owls sliver. The section is that down and to our right. Last time we were here, it was right behind the Owls bench area, but I don't see that sliver right now.
Coming in, they made a lot of noise, JP.
They did?
They made more. You could hear the Rice fans over the UT fans. And there were 9 million UT fans out there. You could hear the Rice fans out there. There was only like 5 of them. But they were out there. I'm kidding about that. But I'm just making, let you know, they made noise when they saw the team coming in. And that's what you got to have. I love them, man. Love them. Support them 100%.
So not to twist the dagger anymore, but that missed field goal really hurts, especially after you knew you needed to have turnovers to have a shot in this game. Not saying that's what's going to end up costing it if it does, but the Owls have got to do a better job of taking advantage of those types of things.
Well, coaches will tell you, first of all, they don't want field goals. But if that's all you can get, you take the field goal. It cuts the margin down to 4. I saw an extra point miss today in a big game.
Total yards, Texas 69 and Rice 68. Thompson behind center. They start from the 20. The ball's inside the 20, and they miss field goal. They move it back out to the 20-yard line here in that spot. And Thompson in that pistol set takes the shotgun snap, and Robinson hops to his right, hops to his left, and met a big blue and gray wall. It's thrusted back. Elijah Garcia, relatively local kid, down the Alamo City, San Antonio guy. 2 yards on that run. Second down and 8 for Texas.
Yeah, his kind of game. This is the guy who prepared for the season, put on an extra 15 pounds. He's up to about 308 now.
Put on an extra 15. Nobody talks about that. Rashaan Johnson, their running back, takes that handoff and skipping to the right, and he rumbles and is not brought down as they cut it back up the middle, then springs out of the pile to the right up to the 28. It was Robinson, who made that carry, and Gabe Taylor corrals him. Gain of 6 on that play. Third down and 2 for Texas at their 28. 7-0, they lead Rice, knocking on the door of 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
How he came out of that. Sorry, JP, I thought you were done. Amazing how he came out of that. I know running backs coaches always tell you keep those legs moving, and Bijan Robinson did that.
Al's getting some late subs out there. Morrison leaving right now. They've got Johnson and Robinson both in there as backs for Texas. Third down and 2. They're on 28, minute 45 to go. And a handoff to the right to Johnson up to 35, the 40, high step at 45, 50. And he's cutting down the sideline, the 30, the 20. They're trying to cut the sideline down on the corner, and Bird bumps him into the end zone. A touchdown of 72 yards. For Rashaan Johnson, the Port Neches product, puts the Longhorns up 13-0.
Wow. Rashaan Johnson hit that 4-hole, and see you later. Nobody can stop him. 72 yards later, he's in the end zone. 6'2", 219. And I tell you what, when you hit him, you got to hit him. He's out of PNG, and that's in the Beaumont area.
You know about that area.
Oh, I know about that area, boy. They produce some really good football players. If you come from PNG, they play that fight song at night, and it is on.
So, wrap that drive in a moment, but Rashaan Johnson, a 72-yard touchdown. Remember, he came on 2 years ago. This is pre-Bijan Robinson, and he had to kind of learn that running back role on the fly, and he comes up big for them, making it a 14-0 game. 1:33 to go. You can't let it get out of control too early. The Owls have their chances. If you're just punching us in, whether Facebook, YouTube, the Owls Varsity app, the Owls Game Day app, Owls had an interception. They could not turn it into points. They missed field goal of 30 yards, and then it's 14-0 Texas right now. What you did not need to happen, happened. Matt Peterson down on the right south sideline. Matt.
Tackles continue to be the story. You hear Cedric Calhoun and Brian Smith saying we've had 4 missed tackles already in this first quarter.
And that latter one being George Nyakwal is usually not the guy that does that, but he had Johnson wrapped up, and he just bounced out to the right side. Andrew Bird, old college try, almost cut it down, and Mr. Lightning could not get it at the end. The kick comes from Dicker, and Fresh stares at it and makes the catch, but goes down to the knee, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. That drive, Nate?
I got it. 3 plays, 80 yards. Took a minute 23 for Rashaan Johnson to rip off a 72-yard touchdown run and give Texas a 14-0 lead with a minute 33 remaining in the first quarter.
Rice House Insider, your home for exclusive content inside the athletics department. Have a regular visit. Joe Carlgard going to join the Mike Bloomgren Show coming up this week. We have other podcasts and the Mike Bloomgren shows, other interviews, House coaches and players. Rice House Insider, wherever you get your podcast. Getting a gander down there. And it is McCaffrey. Texas picks it up at the 29-yard line. The Owls hope this will be called an incomplete pass.
I think it is.
He juggled it, and it came down. Let's see what the officials.
He never had possession.
rolling on
Aaron
the field.
Sorrell
Recovered
recovered that one.
Recovered by Texas. First down.
I'd be floored if the Owls did not challenge this one. Get another look.
He never had possession. They should challenge him.
The previous play is under further review. The rolling on the field is a catch and a fumble.
Yeah, that's on the. We're obviously looking at with blue and gray goggles here, but
he never had possession.
Right on that fringe. When he took the first step, he had it, but when he brought the ball in, he never secured it to make a move upfield.
We compromised our integrity by wearing blue and gray shades. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to do that. It was an incomplete pass from what I saw. If they want to challenge that, they should challenge it. Take a look at it.
Oh, they did. Looking at it. Yeah, they're definitely looking at it. No doubt they would challenge that one. Got the camera set up at around the 11-yard line, but so often you see this in every sport that whatever the call is, whatever the call is on the field is a lot of what they go for it. But
you never secured it.
Again, I hope you're right.
Yeah, catch. Now you got to secure it. You never did that. That's what my eyes see. Your eyes, your and Bobby's eyes may see differently. Yes.
Only matters what Kevin Marr says here. Talking to the replay officials, D. Anderson, tonight's game. A few booths down from us. Kevin Marr, what you got? Give us some good news, White Hat.
After further review, it was an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Sorry, guys. Hey. It's an incomplete pass.
Broken clock, right?
Hey, man. You got to catch it, then secure it. He didn't secure it.
I'd love to say it's a huge break for the Owls, but they have to take better advantage of the opportunities ahead of them.
They got to get their heads on straight now.
Second and 10 at the 25, going from right to left. Suckley coming in as a fullback for the Owls. Jordan Myers is the back, and he motions out. Wiley Green comes in at quarterback, redshirt sophomore from Coppell, and Preston Wood Christian. Shotgun, looks right, and dodges the defender, zigzags up past the 25-yard line. Cook came in to play that run. He said, "Oh, excuse me, sir, I'm just going to kind of mosey around here." He only got 2 yards on the play, but third down and 8 as Ben Davis teamed up with Demarion Williams on the stop.
Well, did you see that?
I did. I'm watching the game.
No, that was on the board. But anyway, so they're substituting quarterbacks, and what they're doing by doing this pattern kind of offsets your defense just a little bit. Offsets the Texas defense just a little bit.
Bailey in the middle of 3 receivers to the left, motions to the right. Owls only 1 of 3 on third downs. Third down, they need 9 for the 26. Green back to pass, looking, wrapped up, breaks his way out of that past the 35, bottom of the Big 12 logo, and gets to the 28. Only 2 yards as Alfred Collins from nearby Bastrop at Cedar Creek High School brings him down. Fourth down, the Owls will punt.
That's what you didn't want to do. You flutter in your territory, deep in your own territory. You can't move the ball. Now your defense is back on the field. This is the same thing we saw last week with the defense having to play a little bit more, some extended minutes.
This will be the last play of the close quarter. Punt's blocked inside the 5. It goes to the back of the end zone. Thankfully, blocked away by Robinson, and it's a safety. And it's 16-0, Texas.
The punt was blocked. Rolling out of the end zone for a safety.
Hate to be this guy, but we're fortunate the ball did not take a slower travel there and camp out in the end zone, because Texas special teamers chasing that one down to look to scoop it for 6. But now 16-0 Texas. All Longhorns at the end of this first quarter. Back in just a bit. Rice trailing Texas 16-0. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
The biggest schools.
Grabs in traffic, comes down with a touchdown. Touchdown!
biggest moments.
Incomplete! Michigan game over! Touchdown, Gators!
This is the College Football Rewind.
That had to be a great game to watch. I'll tell you, unbelievable.
Download on Sunday mornings on Apple Podcasts. Search College Sports now.
Back in the Royal Wardrobe Studios, Ryan Stone with a scoreboard update. UTSA hammering Middle Tennessee in conference action. They were 24-0 early in the fourth quarter. Florida Atlantic up on Fordham 14-7. Marshall up on East Carolina, 7:24 to go in the fourth quarter in that one. Thunder and Hurl leading 38-28. The Rose continue for Old Dominion at Liberty as the Flames up 42-17. Charlotte and Georgia State are tied at 7 early in the third quarter. Texas Tech is pulled away from Florida International now. Red Raiders leading 35-14 at the end of the second quarter. Early third quarter at Southern Miss, Troy leads the Golden Eagles 7-3. And then about midway through the second quarter, UAB is blasting North Texas 24-0. In top 25 action, games currently in progress. Penn State hosting Auburn in a whiteout. So far, though, the number 22 ranked Auburn Tigers leading 10-7. Also, fourth-ranked Georgia struggling a little bit with Stony Brook early on. They lead 10-7 early in the second quarter. And number 2 Georgia up big on South Carolina at the half, 26-6. JP.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Here it's Nate, David, Bob, Walter, Matt down on the sideline. I'm JP, by the way. Matt, what you got?
Isaac Klarkowski might have a hand issue. He was trying to grip a football and doing some practice snaps with Wiley Green. And also at the kicking position, Christian Van Sickle has been warming up. He might take the next field goal for Rice instead of Riccatelli.
Okay. Thank you very much, Matt. Missed you. Did not have him last season because of some of the restrictions laid upon us. But here, unfortunately, not a lot of good, Nate. There were some opportunities they had that they did not capitalize on, but Texas leads 16-0.
Yeah, bad time soon the road. They need a road in a hurry for the Rice Owls. We've seen, some good things for the Rice Owls, as Bobby pointed out. 31-yard run by Kalen Griffin, but then they couldn't convert and get it into the end zone. Then we saw the missed field goal. Then we saw the block punt. Three things that happened. And things generally happen in threes, JP. You want to try to minimize that. Now the defense is back on the field again. Here we are.
Double up. Matt Peterson hit us.
Yeah, more injury updates. Unfortunately, McCaffrey just went under the tent. I didn't see what the injury could have been, but I saw the tent being covered, so he's receiving tripping right now.
Okay. Makes a little more sense. Makes a little more sense having Wiley out there. Jamerson and Worthy going back deep at their 11-yard line to receive this Rice free kick here. And they will tee it up actually at the 20, going from our left to our right. Big crowd tonight here. Rice Owls and the Texas Longhorns. Played 2 years ago, and they will be punting it. Mendez coming on to punt this one. And Texas calls a fair catch. It is caught at the 34-yard line. Helm looks up into the high Texas night sky, and the Longhorns will take this one from their 35.
It's so hard to recover after things go awry early in a game. It's a little different when they go awry later in the game, but that's called taking the energy away from the opposition, and you're trying not to do that. So in this particular case, again, Rice House have to fight and continue to fight to try and find something good. You need a good thread, something good to happen.
Thompson, the QB still. You got Moore and Worthy, 2 of the 3 wide receivers. Right to left Texas starting this second quarter. Thompson, the clap, the snap, play fake, and pressure. That gets hit hard by Morrison, throws deep over the middle, and the ball flutters incomplete down at the 25-yard line. And Moore running as Morrison just plowed into him, and it'll be second down and 10 to 35.
There's a flag thrown on the field, and I guess it was picked up.
I'm looking for it.
And it's still down there. It's on the edge of the horn on the left.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
You got Gabe Taylor there on the PI. And 15 yards upfield. They'll be snapping from midfield.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because the defense did a nice job of being able to get to the backfield and take Casey Thompson down, but not going to be able to take advantage of it.
They're tied in motion to the right. Snap to Thompson. Give to Robinson. Play developing to the right. Cuts it to the left. Runs into Taylor. Shifts his way back to the right. And now Curlicue back to the left. But his forward progress to the Owls 48 as Montero and Taylor combine on that tackle for a gain of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 to 48.
Coaches call that active feet. Rashaan Johnson, he's got very active feet. They never stop working. And that's what makes him such a special back. This guy just continues to run lick after lick.
2nd and 8 to 48. Fake to the left, roll out to the right side on the run. Thompson flips it to the right side, and it's caught by the tight end Wiley as he lunges to the right side. And shy of the chains, only goes for a couple of yards to the 46. 3rd down, and they'll need 6.
I tell you what, he waited until the very, he being Casey Thompson, waited until the very last second to drop that ball off because defenders were nowhere near, and they were able to make a play. Very short gain there.
Talking about Robinson earlier, Brian Smith, Owls defensive coordinator, telling me during the week he's tough, really talented. He can make something out of nothing. We've already seen that now. Coach Smith said, hey, he gets north and south, puts that foot in the ground and moves. And you see what he does here on this 3rd down play. They need 6. Rice down 16-0. Ball at the 46. Shotgun snap to Longhorns. Thompson gives to Johnson. Streams across the 40. 1st down to 35. Rolls for the 1st down near the Rice sideline. Naeem Smith nudges him out of bounds. Longhorns 1st down at the 13:35 mark. 13-yard run.
Just amazing how, the Longhorns were able to create a wall and block off defenders. And Johnson, because he's so big and so athletic, able to hit that 4 hole. And that's exactly where the play went.
Tight end Brewer coming into the game for the Longhorns. They stack the receivers to the left, but one of those Worthy in motion. Thompson takes the snap. Play action Johnson flipping it left to Worthy. Quick screen there. They didn't get every block as they could not hold on to Fresh, but Worthy around the left end. Gabe Taylor bumps him out near the 26. Still a couple yards shy of that 1st down. 2nd down, they'll say officially 3 after that 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a couple of home calls here because I saw some interference out there, some illegal blocks. So. I see.
Al show a little pressure. A flag comes in. Contact might have been made. Whistle comes. Let's see what Kevin Marr and company discuss here.
Offside. Defense number 10. Entered in neutral zone, causing a reaction by the offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's called on KK Orji, and it gives Texas a 1st down.
Mr. Official, can I have a word with you, please? Mr. Official, how about that last play, sir?
He's busy. 16-0, Texas leads, have the 1st down at the 21. Robinson lining next to Thompson on his right. Put young guy in motion, Marcus Washington. Snap comes back. And actually, the direct snap around to Washington around the right end. Or did he take that quick pitch around the right end? Sean Fresh took that. So that'll probably be a pass play. 1st down inside the 10-yard line. Mark it to the 7. 1st and goal for Texas. Leading Rice 16-0 after that 14-yard little pop pass.
He's got a lot of twitch guys in this offense.
Snap Thompson. Give to Robinson up the middle. Walks the dog into the end zone. A touchdown. All Texas here in this 1st half. They lead 22-0.
Didn't expect it to be this way, JP. I got to be honest with you. But right now, Texas is working, and everything is working. Everything they do seems to be working on offense, defense, and special teams. And those were the 3, the big combination. I said to you, Rice Owls have to have tonight. They have to have special teams, offense, and defense all working if they're going to have a chance. You can't get down 22-0 and have a shot.
Kicker coming on for the PAT. The rare guys in college football performs all 3 of those kicking duties. Kicks it home and makes it 23-0. And wrap the drive here in a bit. Total 4 this 2nd quarter. Timeout on the field. 23-0. Texas leads Rice. This is Rice football from Learfield.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care, bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archived coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Royal Stadium in Austin. It's 23-0 Texas over Rice. Matt Peterson on the sideline, joined by former Rice quarterback Taylor McCart. Taylor, I wish it was a different score to start. What do you make of the first 18 minutes here in Austin?
Yeah, honestly, playing fairly well on defense. Rice has got to capitalize in the red zone. I think the kicking game has obviously been a sore for them through the first couple games, and as a thorn on the side again today against a team like Texas. You get a turnover, you get in the red zone, you got to capitalize, and then defense is going to have to figure out a way. Bijan Robinson is one of the best backs in the country. They're going to have to figure out a way to tackle him at the point of contact. He's breaking a lot of tackles right now.
How about the offensive line and then the two quarterbacks, Wiley Green and McCaffrey?
Yeah, I think McCaffrey's done a couple nice things. Hit a shot play early. I think a couple of his check downs. I think he's looked fine. Wiley was in on the last series, and they didn't really do much with him. I think right now the cadence on offense is still about like we've seen. A lot of first down run, second down run, and a lot of long passing downs on that 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Would like to see, I think, for both of these quarterbacks, some early down pass plays, something that's easy completions, get out of their hand quick. I think that would go a long way to try and jumpstart a little bit of the offense, or just on both of these guys.
We've heard Cedric Calhoun and Brian Smith, the defensive coordinator, talk about lack of tackling. What are you seeing with the Rice defensive players on the tackles?
Honestly, playing up front from the defensive line and from the linebacker play, pretty physical. Again, Bijan Robinson is one of the best backs in the country. They're going to have to figure out a way at the point of contact. There's been a couple times that 4th down that Texas converted, the long touchdown run, opportunities to make a tackle in the backfield or for only a gain of 1 or 2. You got to figure out a way to convert those. Otherwise, you give these backs for Texas and their skill players room to operate, and they're going to make you pay.
Thanks, Taylor.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Back to you, JP and Nate.
Hey, thank you, Matt. Say hi to Taylor for us. Yep, good hearing from him. Living in Austin, big timer here, 23-0. Texas leading big over Rice, and Fresh lets it go over his head. And Wiley Green in the Owls offense trying to chew some time off of this one, as it's all Texas early on to Bijan Robinson touchdown runs and a long Rashaan Johnson 72-yard touchdown run. They had a blocked Owls punt for a safety mixed in there as well. Wiley Green waltzing out there as the Owls quarterback. Got to do something here, Nate.
Yeah, you do. And again, we agree. I mean, I said this earlier. You got to do the little things first to get some confidence.
Bradley tied in slot right side. 4 wideouts in the set. Shotgun snap to Green. Looking left. Quick hitter. Leads the receiver caught at the 32. Bailey say his knee down to the 31 as David Jabinda from Cinco Ranch in Katy makes that stop on a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
We talked about that this morning. The same kind of pass. That's exactly what they do all game long. You can stop that. But then all of a sudden, you become predictable and you can hit them on a deep ball.
Bull the tight end to the left. Line of scrimmage to the 31. Owls need 4 yards on 2nd down. Twins to the right. Owls have Patterson and Bailey. Snap. Quick screen right side. Bailey, good block by Patterson, but then it explodes. The tackle at the 34. Got a couple yards upfield. Darian Dunn at that tackle on a gain of 3 yards. 3rd down, about a yard to 34.
They didn't get that, but just don't be predictable with this run. do something that they don't expect you to do. Well, looks like they're going to go with a two-man backfield here. Formation.
They bring in big Tavondre Sweat, left earlier with an injury. Jerry Johnson, the fullback, turns and says something to Myers. I think we might have a timeout here.
Timeout. Rice. Their first of the half. Media timeout.
Hey, why not? 10:55, second quarter. Texas 23 and Rice nothing. I don't think Rice had enough guys on the field.
Well, that's discipline. You got to make sure you have 11 guys on the field.
We'll be back in just a moment here from BKR, Texas Memorial Stadium. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Head on over to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village. They've got post-game drink specials a college student can't refuse. On Thursdays, enjoy college nights with $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Any other day, bring your Rice ID and get more great specials. With a large patio deck, board games, and trivia nights, Little Woodrow's is definitely the place to be. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with our upcoming events. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcasts. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Texas 23 and Rice nothing. Rice volleyball Thursday night fell at Baylor yesterday up the road versus McNeese State. Owls got their fourth sweep in their last 5 matches, taking down the Cowgirls. Rice 5-4 in the season. They host number 1 Texas Wednesday night at Tudor Fieldhouse. Tickets available at riceowls.com, and that will be streamed on ESPN Plus. Gonna be there, Bob? Got to come to that one? Better. 23-0 Texas leads Rice. Matt Peterson is down with that blue and gray clad Rice Owl sideline. Matt, hit us.
Yeah, another injury update. Trey Schumann has his left forearm, left wrist being worked out by head athletic trainer Kimball. Keep an eye on that. Looks okay, but worth monitoring for Schumann.
Been tough for Trey, like a lot of his career, off and on with those injuries. Great Sam Acho, I was talking to him before the game, calling the game for the Longhorn Network. He's like, man, he was really impressed with Trey Schumann, so hopefully he can come back out there and help the Owls defense.
He's one of my favorite players. You know that. I mean, this guy, I love his tenacity. I love his attitude. He wears a single digit. Defensive guys don't wear single digits unless they can play. And that is, when I think of Trey Schumann, I think of a player. It's just so unfortunate that the injuries have sort of hurt him a little bit.
Jordan Myers there as the back. Owls 1 out of 4 on third downs. 10:55, second quarter. All Texas here, 23-0. Longhorns lead right now. Line of scrimmage will be the 34. They have to get across the 35 to keep the possession alive.
I hate the fact they had that much time off. You have to have a rhythm when you're trying to get a 3rd and 1.
Owls have big Braden Nutter back up center there as a wing. A snap ahead to Myers. He lunges and he belly flops and he picks up the first down past the 35-yard line.
Well, that's one good thing. Now you got to build on that. You finally get your first down. Now you got to build on this. And how do you build on it? You want to try to establish the run against this Texas defense, but I think they're susceptible to the short pass. The short passing game is going to be what you need tonight to make it work.
Broughton on that last stop, Cy Ridge kid. 1st and 10 to 35. Owls trailing 23-0 with the rock. Wiley Green hands out in front, waiting to get the shotgun snap from Klarkowski. Broussard the back, flipped out left side to Bailey, up to the 40, gets upended and lunges forward on the sideline. Brendan Schooler from Dana Point, California, sprung him into the air. Got 8 yards, 2nd down and 2 for Rice.
That's what you got to do. The short passing game will work. You got to spread out that Texas defense. I I still say you got to go to your tight ends.
Well, let's see if they do here. Riley Green, 4 of 4 passing in this one. Started the season opener in Arkansas through 152 yards. Did not play last week in the Bayou Bucket. 2nd and 2 to 43. Wiley might be changing the play here. He's got twin receivers to the right. One of those Bailey. Snap back. Looking, steps up in the pocket. Pump fakes a pass. Runs for the first down along the left hash. Met Ben Davis from Gordo, Alabama, an Alabama transfer. Got the first down to the 49. Who said number 5 couldn't scoot? He went for 6 yards there.
Well, that's 2 good things. He finally got some decent protection where he could see down the field before having to make a decision. So that helped him out a whole lot. When you can get that protection where you can see down the field, nobody's there, you get a gap to be able to run, you should be able to scoot down the field and get the first down.
Owls up near midfield, going left to right, trailing Texas 23-0. 9 and change of this second quarter. Owls desperately need a long scoring drive, results in a touchdown. Snap, hand to Broussard, plugs his way around the left end, kind of bent up like a pretzel and twisted down before he's brought down by Mora Ojomo from Katy. Got a yard, 2nd and 9 in midfield.
I know you were at practice about as much as I am during the course of the week, but have you seen Ari Broussard lately?
Yeah, I've seen him.
He looks like he looks like an SEC running back. If you look at it very closely, he looks like an SEC running back. What does that look like? Big.
Last week, 8 carries, 37 yards. That was a career-long run. 8:38 to go. Here's the 8:25, snap. Looking on the TV monitor. Shame on me. Flip left side to Bradley. Scoots it along down the sideline, and he is bumped down by Terrence Cooks for Shadow Creek Shark, a true freshman from Pearland. Got the first down. Toss, 9-yard gain to the 41 for Rice to Bradley.
And I think Bradley already has more receptions, or let's see, the tight ends have more receptions this game so far than they had last week.
Owls' first 2 weeks only had 4 catches by the tight ends. Now, if you figure Mayu's in there, he lines up as tight end alive. 2 catches tonight for Bradley. First down to the Texas 41-yard line, 23-0. Texas leads Rice. Snap, hand, left side, and Broussard brought down by Jamison, the cornerback, for no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Texas 41.
Yeah, that time you had a lot of help from the linebacker. He came in from the weak side and was able to bring Broussard down. So, in a case like that, you got to have a play that is drawn up that takes away his ability to be able to rush that weak side, make that play.
7:14 to go, 2nd and 10 to 41. Texas 23 and Rice nothing. Green the shotgun. Coming up to chat with the lineman. He's got back to his right. That is Broussard still. Snap, pump fake. Nothing to the left. Has to bail out to the right. A lot of orange and white chasing him from the bottom of the Longhorns logo. He heaves it to the right side high for Mason at the 32-yard line. Jones had that coverage along with Brockemeyer on that pressure, and a 3rd down and long for the Owls. Too many of these the first few weeks. 3rd down and long. They need 10 for the 41.
I give Wiley a lot of credit that time to be able to get out of there and not get tackled for a loss. That was really, really good to be able to throw that ball out of bounds and not lose any ground, even though you still have a 3rd and 10. At least it's not a 3rd and 14.
We're driving towards that new south end zone. 3rd and 10 to 41. 23-0 Texas under the 7-minute mark. Twins right, 1 receiver left. Snap, Green looking left. The pressure coming in, bails his way up the middle, and he's down to the 42-yard line. Ogofu, the 1-yard loss, so that will be a sack there. 4th down and 11. The Owls bring Mendez on. A little coffin corner action. We'll see.
Well, that drive did show some promise because they showed that time the few things that they can do against this Texas defense. Now it's about execution and being able to execute a little bit better to be able to move the ball down into Texas's red zone. Then you create a whole new series of downs.
Jamison back inside his own 10-yard line. 4th down and 11, and Mendez will punt this one. Owls late getting on special teams, and I think the Zebras saw that. As this will be a little extra yardage. I don't know if that was intentional, though.
May have been.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Yeah, you want to take Jamison out of the game as much as you can. He had that very, I don't know how you say, Bob, how you say, deciding touchdown run for a lot of fans. I remember a 198-yard return last time against Rice, so they know he can do it.
What a corner kick here.
Here comes the deep snap. Little knuckle action as Jamison waits for the fair catch inside his 10 with Nyquil right in his hula hoop. And that'll sail down to the 11-yard line. Right now, timeout on the field. 5:59 to the second quarter. All Texas. Longhorns lead your Rice Owls 23-0. This is Rice football from their field.
Everybody's got a burger. No matter what your burger, Fuddruckers has it. Each morning, we make the freshest buns for the world's greatest hamburger. Whatever craving combo you have, our buns have you covered. 100% all-American premium cut beef cooked to order. Add delicious toppings to pile high. Then head over to our build-your-own produce bar with fresh ingredients to create your crave. Our burger coasters are waiting for you at Fuddruckers.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Back in the Woodrow Studios, quick scoreboard update. Ryan Stone here with you in Conference USA action. Things getting tight in West Virginia. Marshall now leading East Carolina just 38-34 with 2:22 to play. East Carolina just scoring to cut that deficit to 4. Midway through the third quarter, Charlotte now leading Georgia State 9-7. In top 25 action, number 10 Penn State leads Auburn at halftime now 14-10. And Virginia has rallied to take the lead at number 21 North Carolina 28-24 at the half. JP.
Thank you very much, Ryan. I'd like to invite you to interact on our Owls in the Booth feed. You can always tweet us at Rice Owls Voice, at Color Analyst. But our guy Michael Kidd says, hey, JP and crew, let's go. Rice here watching the Stros and D-backs. He gives us a score update. Thanks, Big Mike. Comeback brewing for the Astros and Owls in this one.
So, came back last night, Astros did.
They did?
Yeah. Okay, good to see that.
Yeah, we've got that live feed all over the Owls social media and at Rice Owls Voice. You give me a courtesy follow. Hey, follow Nate as well. He deserves it. Color Analyst, 5:59 remaining. Texas 23 and Rice nothing here. I'd love to go over some stats. We don't have any.
Stat monitor is not correct. It's like a day or two behind.
Is that Matt Peterson's in our ear saying, look at the video board, but I'm not sure that's correct either.
Well, the rushing yards for Texas, 133, for Rice, 56. Passing yards, 61 for Texas, 48 for Rice. 194 total for Texas, 104 for Rice. Third downs, 3 of 4. Rice House, 2 of 6.
I like how you read them, but I guess they're right, Bob? Close enough? Are correct, okay.
And believe it or not, Rice owns the time of possession, 14:54 to 9:07 for Texas.
Longhorns football here, right to left, with the Matt Peterson after this first play. It is Longhorns football, hash to our left side. Wiley Green getting tended to on the Owl sideline. I'm sure that's what Matt's going to talk about here as they run it to the left. Stuffed is Robinson, met a Parliament of Owls there, and he is ushered out near the 10. Miles McCord, the corner, leading the way there for no gain, 2nd and 10. Was I right, Matt, looking at Wiley Green down on the sideline?
Yes, absolutely. He's not under the tent, but he's being tended to by the trainers, and McMahon is getting loose on the sideline like he might come in.
Here's the snap. Thompson hit as he throws to the left side, and it's caught at the 10-yard line, and Montero and McCord teaming up on that tackle of the tight end Wiley there. Good pressure by George Nyquil there on the gain of, they call it 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Wow.
Actually, third down at 7. Check that coming up. They hit 3 yards on that play.
This is an opportunity for a big play for the defense.
Third and 4 on third downs. That was a 4-yard gain that they had lost a yard in that previous play. They told me there'd be no math. 3rd and 7 to 14. Shotgun snap to Thompson. 3-step drop back. Hit as he throws to the right and caught at the 25 for a first down by Whittington. Flag is on the play in the backfield. Could be a hold on Christian Jones.
Offense number 70, half the distance to the goal. Repeat third down.
Yeah, Jones just tackled the Owls rusher on that one, so erase that throw to Whittington. Whittington, recruited by Owls defensive coordinator Brian Smith as a safety at Michigan, knew one of his high school coaches over at Cuero. And now third down, move it behind the chains. So looking at 3rd down and 15 here. Shotgun snap. Thompson gets the clap from his own end zone. Looking, throwing right. Threads the needle. Caught the 25. First down up to the 29-yard line. Antonio Montero clobbers Dixon after the 22-yard toss. You know, Thompson, rightfully so, gets the press for what he can do, like after a play, but he dropped a dime there.
Yeah, square post pattern. They're easy to complete.
Easy for you to say. 1st and 10 to 29. Shotgun snap. Hand at left side, directing, and Robinson ducks his way through the Owls defensive line. Springs his way forward to the 39 before Nyakwa brings him down. Actually, say a yard shy of the sticks of the 38 for a 9-yard gain on first down. You think they go deep here?
They could take a shot towards the end zone.
They go tempo here. Shotgun. Owls pressure comes in, and they hand it off straight up the middle. The 50, the 40 on the left side. Robinson cuts and jukes Calderon straight up the middle. Now 10 to 5. Too easy for that touchdown of 62 yards for Bijan Robinson. It's all Texas, 29-0.
That's another touchdown, another rushing TD. Another rushing TD. So that means you're getting blocked and you're not making tackles. Bijan Robinson, just incredible.
That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of this half. And still 3:45 to go. All Longhorns as they look to make it 30-0.
Oh, my goodness. D-line, I'll tell you what, Texas O-line, just dominating. Getting leverage, just dominating. And then the rest of it's up to Robinson just to outrun everybody else.
Dicker kicks it through, and it's all Longhorns, 30-0, 3:45 of this first half. Second quarter back in a row here. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Attention Owls fans, you can now support Rice every day thanks to the Tap and Pay Plus mobile app. It's simple. You shop with Tap and Pay Plus, earn instant cash back along the way, and Tap and Pay Plus will donate back to Rice Athletics for you. Just go to the App Store and download Tap and Pay Plus, select Rice Athletics as your cause, and start rewarding yourself while supporting your school.
With Houston Methodist Virtual Urgent Care, you can skip the drive and the waiting room and connect to our board-certified providers from your computer, tablet, or mobile phone. Virtual urgent care visits are available 24/7, no appointment needed, even on weekends and holidays. Now you can get the same trusted care you expect from Houston Methodist, wherever you are, whenever you need us.
To learn more, visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
30-0 now. 3:45 remaining before the half, and Rice out down. They find themselves in a big hole. 6 plays, 89 yards, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It was a 62-yard run by Bijan Robinson. Tell you what, guy got to about the 25-yard line, cut back, and it was all over.
He's good. He's great.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but again, they played Arkansas last week. We didn't see this.
Yeah.
I think Robinson still had a pretty nice game, but we didn't see this. Right now, Rice is just hurt a little bit.
Got Peterson down the right side. We have some quarterback news for us.
Yeah, I wish I had more besides injury updates, but Wiley Green sat down near the tent, was tended to by a few trainers, and just took a long walk towards the Rice locker room. Trainer on each side, each of their arms behind his waistline. Hard to tell what an injury might be, but looks like Wiley Green's in a lot of pain.
Hate that for Wiley. Outstanding guy. Did a lot for the team, and he had the makings. He moved the team in a couple of those drives. It might have not led to a comeback win in this game, but you hate seeing that in the long run. And Owls have the tough opening schedule with Arkansas, Houston, and Texas, and more injuries to speak of, unfortunately, as Rice will be getting the football back fresh. Has half of his feet in the orange and on the line now. He backs up into the end zone, waiting his kick from Dicker.
These games are great to attend. Love them.
Can I make an observation?
Yes.
During these commercial breaks, I could go to the store, come back, make the meal, eat the meal, and then watch my favorite Netflix episode.
Why didn't you? Why did you make the meal and then it was like be over?
I'm up here with you. I'm just saying I could have. But
I would have come over.
30-0, Texas. You can now, actually. You come over, watch.
That's true.
A little action.
That's very true.
We could do it. That's a long haul for you, though.
That's all right.
You know it's Northsiders.
It's closer than Lufkin.
You Southsiders, way down there. Your dated communities and your big TV money. All right, Dick are going to kick this one deep here. Owls need a spark in the worst of ways to maybe double up here. They get the football back to start the second half. And Kennan comes out as the ball goes end over end through the Texas sky, the back of the end zone, and the quick flex. And Fresh takes the knee, and they'll bring it out left to right. So, hey, TJ McMahon, welcome to your Rice Owls tenure. He has not had a Rice Owls snap. Former walk-on, started his career at Mississippi State and transferred Nate from Cerritos College out in California.
I can tell you, let me tell you this. I think, and I do believe, that California still has more junior colleges than any other state in the country.
And it's not McMahon, it's Constantine. Jake Constantine out there at quarterback for the Rice Owls, transfer from Weber State. McMahon third on the depth chart, but it is Constantine. Hey, welcome to, same goes, welcome to your Rice Owls debut. Here's the snap, quick throw right side, ball is tipped and incomplete at the 28-yard line, trying to go to Myers, second down and 10 at the 25. So we haven't even played a half of football. The Owls are on their third quarterback of this game.
I will tell you that I have liked what I have seen of Jake Constantine. I think he manages the game well, but you got to be a little bit better of a player than just a manager tonight against Texas.
He was all Big Sky Conference. He had an injury early in camp, and they thought he could contend for that starting position. So here you go, Jake Constantine. Jack Brownlee coming in at tight end, 6'2", 200, transfer from Weber State. Here's the snap, and a toss left side wide of Peterson, and incomplete on the Owls' sideline. That pressure came from Ovi Ogofu for the Longhorns, and a third down and 10.
They got a lot of guys they can bring, and that's what they're doing right now. They're bringing the pressure from a lot of different guys, and Jake Constantine's probably going to see more pressure than any other quarterback tonight because he wasn't expected to play.
Jacoby Jones had that pressure. It was Gofu on that coverage there. 30-0. Texas all over Rice. 3:36 to go. 3rd and 10. Constantine in the Rice Owls. He's changing the play. Comes under center now from his shotgun spot. Play clock down to 1. It expires, and now they throw the flag. This will be another Rice Owls delay of game.
Don't understand.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
I'll show some grace to him there. I mean, it's frustrating, but coming into this environment, your first few snaps, it's not easy.
No. I mean, you're playing in front of maybe 55, 60,000.
Almost double that. But yeah.
Places, it's not full. Oh, that's right. I forgot it holds 105.
They got fans on top
of
us, too.
It holds 105 in here. So there's no question.
3rd and 15, their own 20. 3:36 to go. Constantine, the snap, looking right, throwing, caught at the 18, across the 20-yard line. Myers bulldozing his way forward. The 25 to the 27. As Jaron Thompson, former Lufkin Panther, played those behind that pine curtain for Todd Quick. Gets that tackle. They call him Bug back in Lufkin. He's a great safety there. 4th down, though, at 8.
Yeah, I think right now the Owls are just trying to be careful with a new quarterback coming in. You don't want to put him in there under too much duress and try to make him throw deep or anything like that to get the first down. Let's just get off the field and see if we can survive another down.
Punt snap, deep snap comes back to Mendez. Hits a very high arcing punt that Jamison comes up almost into a crouch to make that catch, squatting at the 38-yard line. Texas has it right to left. They lead Rice by 30 to nothing count. 2:54 to go in this one. Texas, 290 total yards. A look at the Houston Methodist Hospital leaderboard. Rice only 104 total yards. And 203 rushing yards for the Longhorns. Owls only 56 yards on the ground. And Owls only had it 54 seconds on that last drive. It's imperative they've got to keep the ball a lot longer than that. Again, easier to say from up here. Owls, here's the snap, actually, they give to Thompson, the quarterback, faked it, throws left, gets it to Whittington as Gabe Taylor wraps him up at the 45-yard line for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 for the Longhorns.
Yeah, that looked like a little play action, but really it was nothing more than a pass out to the wide receiver to the weak side. Look, they're doing everything right. They just want to make sure they go to the clubhouse with a nice little lead.
Thompson the gun. 2nd and 3, the 45. The snap, back to pass. Looking to heave it deep down the right side. Pass will be long and incomplete inside the 20 as Fresh got tangled up with that Longhorns defender. No flag. Just saying incidental contact. Longhorns wideout stumbling down with Xavier Worthy, the true freshman. They've gone to a lot in this first half. Matt Peterson down on the outside line.
Randy Smith, the field judge, right in front of me, went to grab the flag, then thought better of it, had a good view, just shook it off.
Get a couple good looks at that one. Here's the snap. Thompson to keep it. Jukes the 45-yard line and slides sideways to Montero, waiting to just pick up the chains at the 48-yard line. After that, you got 3 yards and should move the sticks. Yeah, they finally do the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Thompson can run. Not only can he throw, but he can also run.
Matt Charles could play. Here's the snap. Hand right to Johnson. Johnson on the phone booth. Now spins it back to the left side. Down to the 50. Now the 45. Thompson throwing a block on Montero near sideline the 30. The 25. Good hustle by Prudy Calderon, native of San Marcos nearby. Makes that tackle. Rashaan Johnson, he's learned that running back position really well. A 27-yard game. Remember, he had a 72-yard touchdown earlier.
Well, JP, he's playing like he's in his backyard. I mean, he just reversed his direction, and all of a sudden, when you do reverse direction, you're going to throw the entire defense off, and he's fast. Catch.
Got a pistol here. Owls move a little bit, and this will go against Rice. Some contact came, or were they drawn off? We'll see here. Garcia and James there moving.
Need to take a look at the penalties.
And the Owls the first ones to move there. And this looks like it's against Rice. I'll wait and see here.
Yeah, you might want to hold on a second.
Offside. Defense number 10. He was in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And a lot of guys moved. Garcia, James, but Orgy the one whistle for that. But that's the L6 penalty. They've had a lot of penalties in the last 2-3 year span, maybe more. They've been up at the top of the nation in fewest penalties. But now 1st and 5 at the Rice 20-yard line. As Thompson claps for the snap, little shoulder fake, looking left, throws wide open sideline to 5 in the end zone. Touchdown, Jared Wiley. And Texas 36 and Rice nothing.
So they ran trips to this side, and the slot receiver actually broke out on a fly route. Nobody covered it.
Thompson, little fake.
What the fake?
Hey, and you just keep up with this stuff. You know as well as I do that they wanted to get somebody in here, and that it would change a lot of the scope of this offense. And yeah, Rice has not had a good night, but Tom Flood and Steve Sarkisian have really kept the Owls off balance. They did that. They didn't do it against Arkansas, but they have clicked and adjusted. And after that extra point, it's 37-0. all Texas here.
Yeah, this not the kind of start the Rice Owls want to make. And it's really unfortunate. You have to play Texas after you get done playing the University of Houston. And you lost the game you didn't expect to lose in the fashion that you lost it. And now you're facing the Texas team. You just can't make it happen tonight. And then you lose 2 quarterbacks, not one, but 2 quarterbacks. You don't have Chamberlain. You lose 7. We could talk about the bad all night. I think we need to talk about the positive.
Other than that, how's the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Right? Dicker about to kick this one off. 37-0. Texas leading Rice.
5 plays, 62 yards. Took a minute 16. 20-yard pass to Dixon.
Wiley. Yeah, Wiley. I think 18, right?
So that was a scoring play.
Here's the kick. It is deep over the head. Fresh doesn't even look, but it goes over his right shoulder and out of bounds. And a flag is in there.
Here's the problem, JP. Texas has not allowed special teams return, kickoff return to even have a chance at returning on kickoff and giving the Owls better field position. That's not happening at
all. Offside kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, Rice.
Constantine still in there at quarterback for the Rice Owls. Mo Bamba leading the dancing for the Longhorns fans here. 37-0. Texas over Rice. 1:38 of this second quarter. Owls get the football to start the second half. Snap Constantine, a lead to Griffin. Good spread across the edge, and he lost the football past the 40 to the 44-yard line. Overshown, the one that knocked it out. And it goes from bad to worse for the Owls as Griffin, the other time, he was ruled an incomplete pass when he dropped the football. But they got Josh Thompson, the Nacogdoches guy, is the one that recovered that.
Sorry about that, JP. I didn't mean to.
Oh, it's okay.
Have that type of a reaction, but I'm a little shocked at protection of the football. How the Rice Owls tonight are having issues protecting the football. This is just not a good start for them. Hopefully in the second half things get better.
So, a minute 30 to go. We'll see. All gas, no brakes. See if that hashtag is in play here. First down at the Rice 44-yard line. Here's the shotgun snap turn. First mistake of the night. Robinson wasn't in the right place. No, they're setting up a screen here near Way. And the tight end Brewer chucks his way down to the 38-yard line. So they gain of 6, second down and 4. KK Orgy on the stop for the blue and gray.
Set play.
Trips to the right side, second down and 4. And a timeout is going to be called here. Yeah, Myron Morrison down. And Owls trainers will come out and tend to him here. A minute and 2 seconds left. Second down and 4. 37-0 Texas.
Never thought I'd see this, but you got a man down right now. Still have a second half of football.
Can I give you a glaring stat right now?
Go for it.
Got one little sliver here, that new video board to look at some stats. 347 total yards for the Longhorns in the first half, and only 111 for Rice, but Rice has had the ball for more than 3 minutes more than the Orange and White.
15:45. That would be a quarter. So.
Second and 4 to 38. Snap. Thompson hands to Robinson, bouncing right, stopping in traffic, and dribbles his way to the 30, where Antonio Montero makes a stop with Elijah Garcia. 8 yards down to the 30. They're going tempo again. Robinson the back. Here's the snap. Looking left, going top shelf. Knocked away the end zone, left corner. Owls Jordan Dunbar knocks it away from Joshua Moore. 40 seconds left, second and 10 to 30.
That stutter stepping that Robinson is doing, remind you of anybody? I can tell you, and I want to ask the question again, that stutter stepping that Robinson is doing, does it remind you of anybody?
Oh, I don't. He's not in the
same.
Like
I'm sorry.
No,
he's not in the same mode as I got yet. But Barry Sanders.
Okay. High praise. Second down and 10 at the 30. Here's the snap across the backs in front of Thompson. Steps up, flings it back to his left, top of the tight end, blue 30, 25, 20. That block on the outside runs in the 15-yard line. A great open field tackle by the Owls at the 13-yard line. Orchie coming over there and hanging on for dear life. And that's safe 6, 17 yards on the first down.
Yeah, goodness. He was there. He was actually being blocked. And just strong enough to be able to bring the runner down.
Clock moving, 22 seconds left in this first half. Shotgun snap. Thompson looks left, post left, caught. Touchdown Worthy. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. He got that in front of Jordan Dunbar here in this near sideline. 43-0. Texas leads, 13-yard touchdown.
Yeah, threw it to his backside. Threw it to Worthy's backside here on the near side. And it was just a dig route. And Worthy was right there, turned around. They understand timing. It was a timing play. And, of course, Casey Thompson puts it right there on his backside. Defender cannot defend it.
Have not had a first half like this. Been doing this together?
Yep.
10 years?
Never have.
And I've not seen a first half like this on the right side.
Nope.
And they're waiting to kick this point after try. 14 seconds left. They've already brought in their backup kicker, Bert Auburn. Flower Mound Jaguar is out there. His shaggy brown locks, I imagine, probably a safe assumption we're going deep in the depth charts and this one the rest of the way. 43-0. After Thompson gets his second touchdown pass, they've had 4 touchdown rushes tonight, 3 of those from Bijan Robinson. And Auburn gets on the board for his first PAT as a Longhorn, 44-0. Texas.
JP, I wager a bet that in Mike Bloomgren's career, he has never been in a situation like this. Never.
Yeah, about how you respond. We'll hear from Coach Bloomgren with Matt coming up here in a matter of moments. But it's tough also. Again, I guess they pay me the medium-sized bucks to make these observations, but on the heels of what happened last week against Houston, backing it up like that, and you had such a strong showing for most of that game in Fayetteville, and then just to come back the last 6 quarters and not be in any of those quarters.
Yeah,
it's been tough.
You needed something to give you a spark to start this game off, and you wanted to hit him in the mouth. You wanted to deliver a blow, and Rice wasn't able to do that.
Auburn will kick it off, and Fresh has a chance to return it across the 10, the 15, right to the 20. Bounces off a couple of special teams guys for the Longhorns, and Jaron Thompson there making that special teams tackle. So 7 seconds left. You take a knee, you get the ball back to start the second half, but really tough to stomach this one in the first half. Obviously, in a lot of ways, equally disappointing on offense, defense, special teams. You had those couple drives where Wiley was moving the ball. McCaffrey played first drive plus, and then it was Wiley Green, and now we see this is the second drive. Jake Constantine. 3 different quarterbacks in this first half. A hand, left, Cam Montgomery getting out of the garage, zipping to the left side, or he meets Deshaun Jameson as the cannon fires. And the first half ends, and it's all Longhorns, 44-0. We'll hear from Coach Bloomgren in a second. Nate, tough one to stomach.
in the second half and do something special. Let's hear what he tells Petey.
All right, joined by Coach Bloomgren. What'd you make of the first half, Coach?
Oh, very disappointing. Obviously, I don't feel like we're playing well at any phase of the game right now. And to be looking at that ugly number at halftime, it's not where I thought our team should be or would be. So disappointed.
Can you give us a glimpse of what you might tell the team in the locker room or what you might hope for in the second half?
Yeah, it's going to be about playing for each other and for your love of this game. And if anybody doesn't meet the standard, they won't be on the team anymore. So it'll be pretty simple in that regard. Like, we're going to evaluate everything. We've still got a lot of season left. We got 9 games after this one. And nobody's going to quit in the second half, and nobody's going to quit on this season. Still got big goals.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, you won't be on the team.
Yeah.
I think that's telling.
Got to meet the standard.
You have to go extreme at some point. If you don't go extreme, there's nothing left. There's no season left. He's right. 9 games. You still have a lot to look forward to in regards to what you can expect and how you can play. And there are teams that you can beat on that schedule. Maybe not Texas tonight, but you can come out and play in the second half and prove you want to be on this team.
Yeah. Heard that in the past in different sports. Don't let tonight define the rest of the season. That fits perfectly here. Stay tuned. Coming up on IBEW Local 716 halftime show. Ryan, all yours. 44-0. Texas over Rice. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today and go Owls.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrows in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights. We've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on all our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrows, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you've got to park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. Coming up, scores from around the country, highlights and stats from our first half. Now let's head inside our Little Woodrow studios. Here again, Ryan Stone.
Welcome into the Little Woodrow Studios. Ryan Stone here with you on the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. We'll start off the halftime show with our Houston Wyndham Medical Center Hotel and Suites scoreboard update. Rice trailing Texas on the road 44-0 at the half, so not the best start for the Owls. Conference USA action currently in Pride Rush. Georgia State leading Charlotte 13-9. Midway through the fourth quarter there, Florida Atlantic up on Fordham early in the third quarter, 21-7. Also, Texas Tech leading Florida International 44-21. That one close to the end of the third quarter. Southern Miss is trailing Troy early in the fourth quarter, 14-3, and UAB is blasting North Texas 30-0 early in the third quarter. Now, earlier in Conference USA action, we had some wild finishes. Louisiana Tech hosting SMU. It came down to the wire with SMU holding the ball.
Second down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Down don't matter. 6 seconds to go.
come with a blitz this time. Mordecai flushed out to his left. Waiting, firing towards the end zone. There's a receiver there. Ball back! Caught by Reggie Robertson on the deflection. Touchdown! Oh my God! 21 caught Reggie Robertson, and the Mustangs are gonna win it. Unbelievable!
Rich Phillips from Learfield there on the call as SMU walks off with the 39-37 victory. Marshall had a 17-point lead on East Carolina in the fourth quarter, 38-21, but the Pirates would come back.
Bird and Jarman, the two tight ends, are in as well from the 1 yard line. Holt Nailers claps his hands, turns, hands off left side. Touchdown, Pirates! It is Harris who takes it in from a yard out, and the Pirates take the lead. 41-38, ECU with 55 seconds to play.
Jeff Charles from Learfield on the call. That matched the biggest come-from-behind victory in the fourth quarter from East Carolina since 1992. In top 25 action games currently in progress, number 2, Georgia hammering South Carolina in Athens 40-6 late in the third quarter. Number 4, Oregon up on Stony Brook 17-7 early in the third quarter. Number 10, Penn State still leading Auburn. 5:52 to go in the third quarter. The Nittany Lions leading 21-17. Early in the third quarter, number 21, North Carolina has come back to take the lead on Virginia 31-28, and things just getting underway between Ole Miss and Tulane. The Running Rebels leading 7-0 in that contest. That's a look at your Houston Wyndham Medical Center Hotel and Suites scoreboard update. We'll step aside for a break here on the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. When we come back, we'll have our first half recap. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rice Football from Learfield.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more. My dad used to say that. Sure, yeah, it's from Geico. Yeah, whenever I would ask my dad for life advice, he'd sit me down and say, son, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. And look at me now, a well-adjusted adult with a drawer full of plastic bags I'll never use. Okay, I'm confused. Was your dad a licensed Geico agent? Nah, he was just a real good dad. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with 4 kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Allies and go Win. Look at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster. A monster with an insatiable thirst. A monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants. An ice-cold Hopadillo IPA. Just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible. Sweet Mary! Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
At the half, Rice gave Texas 44-0 here on the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. Ryan Stone with you in the Little Woodrow Studios. Let's take a look at what happened in the first half. Texas would take their opening possession 9 plays for 69 yards, culminating with a 6-yard Bijan Robinson rushing touchdown to make it 7-0. The Rice offense would go 3-and-out on their opening possession and punt back to the Longhorns. On the ensuing possession, though, the Owls defense would make a play.
And they fake it to Robinson. Hit hard as he throws by into the ball. Flutters the Owls, pick it off. Backpedaling at the 35-yard line. Gabe Taylor makes that catch.
The Owls offense will move into the red zone following the pick, but missed a 30-yard field goal. Moments later, Rashaan Johnson would break out for a 72-yard rushing touchdown to make it 14-0 with 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Then at the end of the first quarter, the special teams woes continued for Rice. His opponent was blocked out at the back of the end zone for a safety, making it 16-0. Early in the second quarter, the Longhorn offense would continue to roll, marching 65 yards in 9 plays. Another Robinson touchdown would make it 23-0 with 12 minutes to go in the first half. And later in the quarter, it was Robinson going in from 62 yards out on his third rushing touchdown at half. It was then 30-0 Texas with 3:45 to go in the half. And Longhorns would get it back one more time before the half. Casey Thompson would hit Jared Wiley for a 20-yard touchdown and make it 37-0. However, Rice would then fumble on the kickoff, leading to a Thompson-Worthy touchdown to make it 44-0 at the half. And that's your IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. Step aside for another break here in the Little Woodrow Studios. We come back, we'll send it back out to Austin to the guys, and they'll get you ready for the start of the second half on the Rice Sports Network from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits and retirement, and zero student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Attention Owls fans, you can now support Rice every day thanks to the Tap and Pay Plus mobile app. It's simple. You shop with Tap and Pay Plus, earn instant cash back along the way, and Tap and Pay Plus will donate back to Rice Athletics for you. Just go to the App Store and download Tap and Pay Plus, select Rice Athletics as your cause, and start rewarding yourself while supporting your school.
Rice fans, need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Rice University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Rice and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Rice University.
Looking at our Houston Methodist leaderboard halftime numbers, all Texas 44-0. They lead 15 first downs. Owls not getting much going on the offensive side of things, 134 total yards on 29 plays. But Texas has averaged well over 10 yards per play, 34 plays, 391 yards, 150 passing yards, and 241 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns in that first half. Owls only 79 yards rushing, but that's been better than they had some other games even here as of late. Third downs, Owls 2 of 7, Texas 5 of 6. Texas converted the only 4th down attempt. Texas 4 of 4 in its red zone. And time of possession, Owls lead that a little over 16 minutes. Texas a little under 14 minutes, but another big stat, Nate. Again, not that it's a factor. It's a total team effort in this one, but 6 penalties in that first half. Just not what you'd expect from a Rice team.
No, it isn't. But I tell you what, there is another half of football to play. And now this is where you show your character. You come out and you play your best football and see what you can get. Now there's one play at a time. And I know that's, people say that all the time. It's an old adage. Do it one play at a time. but it really does have significance as we begin to start this second half. More play at a time, JP, is what it's going to take for the Rice Owls to get in here and try to feel better about themselves at the end of this game.
Looking at the Rice stats individually, passing, Wiley Green 5 of 6 for 28 yards. He left with an injury. Luke McCaffrey is being checked. Matt was looking on the sideline. Maybe he'll learn more in our second half report coming up in a few minutes. But Luke was 2 of 3. He started the game for the Owls. He threw for 20 yards. Owls rushing, 7 rushes for Kalen Griffin, 52 yards. Griffin had a 31-yard rush, but he's had problems securing the football. Cam Montgomery and Wiley Green. Cam Montgomery one rush 9 yards. Wiley Green's rush for 8 yards in the first half. And receiving, Owls most receptions, Jordan Myers, but not a lot downfield in this one. They haven't had a lot of time. Myers 4 catches for 16 yards. Bradley 2 for 20, the tight end to lead on the Rice side.
The thing is, we've not gone deep, not one time tonight. We've not stretched that Texas defense once. They went to the tight ends early, went to Bradley early. I thought they were on the right track. I still think they can get
second
something
drive?
going. Yes.
That second drive.
I still think they can get something going here. Can't lose faith in this offense right now. Again, they played 3 really good teams. Arkansas, University of Houston, and now Texas. Just telling you, you got to keep the faith if you're Rice. You got to.
Looking at these Texas stats, they have 2 100-yard rushers in the first half. Robinson, 12 touches, 122 yards, a long of 62. He's got 3 scores. Rashaan Johnson doing the Golden Triangle proud. He's got 112 yards, a 72-yard haul. And Thompson, 14 of 17. The Owls have shown some pressure and hit him a few times, but still 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Their leading receiver, Xavier Worthy, did not have a catch last week, but 7 grabs, 88 yards in that first half. Defensive side, Gabe Taylor paces the Owls with 6 tackles, and Demarion Overshown with 4. Jameson and Brockermeyer each have 4 tackles apiece for the Rice Owls. You look on the special teams, you hate to point fingers, but they did have a missed 30-yard field goal, and then they had that block punt that was for a safety. So unfortunately, all 3 phases been tough nights for them. We come back with the second half. Texas 44, Rice nothing. Second half next. This is Rice football from Learfield.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster with an insatiable thirst, a monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants, an ice-cold Hopadillo IPA, just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible, sweet Mary! Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
Hey, college football fans, I'm Mike Golick.
And I'm Kate Scott. This fall, we are bringing you a fresh new way to hear college football play-by-play. Golick and I teaming up for college football Saturday night, powered by Learfield.
It's a bold new way to listen to college football. Smart, fun, refreshing, food, I added that, a unique radio play-by-play experience, and I'm so looking forward to broadcasting live alongside Kate this fall.
College football Saturday night, powered by Learfield. Hope you'll join us.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Golick, and I'm back to host the second season of the Fan Exam live trivia game every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Test your college sports knowledge against fans from around the country for the chance to win cash and prizes, including an unforgettable New Year's Day experience at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. It's free to play in the brand new Fan Exam app or at thefanexam.com. Get ready to ace the test. Join us for the Fan Exam Season 2 every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
We'll hear from Matt Peterson at the start of the second half coming up momentarily. The Rice Owls trailing big here at Texas, 44-0. Number 20, Rice Soccer, started its USA play with a 2-1 win at UTEP the other night. Bob, you say it, Kaylee Boschik? How do you... Katie Merckx, there you go. Should listen to Mr. Soccer down on the sideline. But she scored her third goal of the season. Zayana Samanani scored her first career goal. Owls now trek halfway across the country. They play in Philly at Penn. That's 1:30 coming up tomorrow. That'll be streamed on ESPN Plus. And Mr. Soccer, Matt Peterson, what do you have to say down the Rice Owls sideline?
Hey guys, nice to speak with you again. Not a lot to report. I believe we will not see McCaffrey or Wiley Green. They have not emerged from the locker room since halftime. So I think it is Constantine and McMahon, the two available quarterbacks who remain for Rice.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, McMahon did warm up some, but we saw Constantine make his first career Rice appearance, and the shaggy-haired Bert Auburn puts toe to leather. Former Flower Mound Jaguar kicks it deep over Fresh's head, and take two. The Owls trying to start anew here in the second half, going left to right. Like what Mike Bloomgren said at the half, you gotta play with some pride. This isn't the season, but the Owls cannot make those drastic mistakes they made in the first half.
You really can't. And now, remember, one of the keys was composure. You have to be able to maintain your composure. Second half is going to be so critical. And I love what he's talking about in terms of taking drastic steps to change the culture of his team if he has to.
Jake Constantine, the quarterback. They move the big tight end French out wide to the right. Snap, hand right. Griffin up the middle. Broussard cuts the 30, and in between the hashes goes to the 33-yard line. First play of the second half, a run of 8 yards as B.J. Foster, the senior from Angleton, to stop for the Longhorns. 2nd and 2 for Rice.
Nice job by Aaron Broussard that time. Looked like the running back they signed to a scholarship coming out of spring a couple years ago. So we'll see if he can make something happen.
Opening half minute of this second half, 44-0 Texas. Shotgun snap. Constantine, quick screen right to Bailey, and he tucks it down and leaps past the 35, pick up a first down. Waiting arms of Luke Brockermeyer there to pick him up and tackle him. Gain of 3, first down for the Owls, the 36.
Just real easy plays, but you have to be able to execute. You have to be able to get those 5 to 6 to 7 yard runs like you saw with the first down here at Rice. And now it's a second opportunity for a first down, second play.
So Broussard checks out. Owls taking some time in the huddle here. Just getting out of it, 11 seconds now to snap. They move Andrew Mason out to the left. Jordan Myers is now, he was the back, and he moves out wide to the right. The Owls have an empty 5 receiver set. 1st and 10. Constantine slings it left side up the seam, the 45 to the 48-yard line. Owls find their connection with Robert French as Anthony Cook, safety from Houston Lamar High School, to tackle. They got a baker's dozen, 13 yards to the 49, first down.
See how that defensive back just bounced off of French? Those are the kinds of things you need to see more often. You need to see your big tight ends making plays. Again, you have 3 of them, 240 and up. Use them.
You know, I'll say it again as passing comment. We'll draw more on it. It could be Constantine next week, who knows, but here's the snap. Looking right side, throws to Montgomery, went up high to make the catch, and then he got leveled by Josh Thompson. That tackle made as it went for a gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 for the Owls in Longhorns territory.
Yeah, if Constantine brings that ball down just a little bit from Cam, he may be able to squeeze out an extra yard or two to get upfield, but he had to jump up and get it. So that put him in position to be hit the way he was a target.
Owls trail 44-0, 2nd and 7. They have the ball at the Texas 48 under the Longhorn logo. Snap, give to Broussard, didn't like on the right side. Comes behind Kwarkowski now to take a left turn to meet Moro Jomo. That stopped down at the 46. Got 2 yards on that play. Now call it 3rd down and 5 near the Texas 45.
So that's a manageable 3rd down opportunity, and Jake Constantine has shown that he's been able to throw the football, but the Rice Owls have thrown on 3rd down how many times now? So Texas is going to be looking for a pass. That's what they're going to play. That's the kind of offense you're going to see. Probably see a deep single safety, if not 2.
Rice has struggled on 3rd downs this season. They're 2 of 7. Constantine could be changing it here. 4 to snap, 3 to snap. Twins left in the middle of 2 backs. He takes the snap, and that's McMahon, his first Rice snap. TJ McMahon bluffed the handoff, ran it to the left, and met Ovi Ogafu. And it's actually a loss of a yard on the play. McMahon snuck in there. And so the Owls have played 4 quarterbacks in this game now, and 4th and 6, they'll be kicking it away.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I didn't expect to see it. You know, they were thinking, okay, we're not going to become predictable. Let's run this because we have thrown on some of our 3rd downs tonight.
Longhorns have Thompson returning this punt. Waves off. Bounce, that was Jamison. Clangs off his shoulder pad. I thought that was a 9, but it was a 5, and skitters out of bounds on the Rice bench. But it breaks in the Longhorns' direction as it will be Longhorns football right to left around neighborhood of that 16-yard line, it looks like.
Well, yeah, the opportunities that the Owls have had to gain possessions after mishandled punts or returns or what have you, just have not gone their way tonight. They had the 1 interception, and that's really been it.
Yeah, started with that pressure. 44-0, Texas leads Rice. 1st down and 10, Texas at its own 16, the clap and the snap. And it's still Thompson out there, a hand to the right side, and rumbling his way is Robinson. He rolls up to Elijah Garcia. Smiling Elijah, not smiling there, but he brings him down, 2nd down and 5.
So here's what I know. They're not going to spend their time.
They go tempo here. The snap, a fake, and he dumps it left to Robinson. Breaks a tackle the 25 up to the 30-yard line, and Naeem Smith will corral him there. Goes for a 1st down, 14-yard gain.
Unreal. This guy is really talented. I mean, he's facing tacklers and spinning off of them and just running and getting 1st downs, and makes it easy. Makes it very easy.
I don't think this is Wood, right? Knocking on it, but we haven't seen him as that receiving threat tonight. They haven't needed him. He's been that big rushing presence that they thought.
He can play receiver.
Keelan Robinson in there as a running back, sophomore from the nation's capital, and a transfer from Alabama. 1st and 10 to 35. Twins right, one of those receivers more. Snap and a give to Robinson. Sprints around the right in the 40. 45. He's a rocket, not even touched. Cuts it left and coasts into the end zone for a touchdown of 65 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
All 3 running backs the Longhorns have had tonight have had really long touchdown runs, and it's now 50-0 Texas.
Oh, JP, that was just unbelievable. Now you see why he's a transfer from Alabama. Now you see why he went to Alabama. Speed. And we know what speed does, right?
Speed kills.
Yes, it does. He split the corners. I just outran them.
I've not seen a faster football play in a long time. That was, I hate to tip your cap to him, but that was impressive coming out of the chute.
He went right by Sean French. Right by him.
And he had an angle on him, too, as he kicks the extra point. And it's 51-0. Texas leads Rice, 9:57 of this 3rd quarter. Back in a moment. This is Rice football from Deerfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
What's up, fans? This is Roddy Jones, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country weekly with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your podcasts. And while you're at it, be sure to give us a follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
This is not what we expected. 51-0. Rice still in this game on the field, and they've got to find a way to recover. 51-0 now. Texas leads. 3 plays, 84 yards, took a minute 13. 65-yard run by Keelan Robinson was a jet. He just jetted in between 2 defensive backs like they weren't even there, and took it to the end zone. And right now, Texas is doing everything right.
Thanks to Terrell on the end of booth feed, says, I'm enjoying your broadcast, seeing the TV replays there in your booth, even considering all else. Well, good point there. I guess we do have the TV in the background. Thanks. But appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Definitely a rough one tonight here in Austin. Not like anyone expected. Just a stable of backs, and the best player, at least voted by the assembled media last year, their 4th-string running back, Jonathan Brooks from Hallettsville, is their 4th teamer. He hasn't even touched the field tonight, but they got a lot of talent for Steve Sarkisian, Kyle Flood, and company to work with.
Yeah, that's what you call stacking them deep. That's exactly what you call stacking them deep. They've got running backs that can go. I mean, what we just saw from Keelan Robinson, that's Bama. The Spurs are ready to go to the SEC. Well, tonight they are. Not against Arkansas last week.
Matt Peterson down on the right side sideline. Matt,
I'll try to paint a picture of the defensive group. They're dejected. They're down. They're not out. They're still talking to one another. There's no fighting going on, but they're soul-searching right now. Trey Schumann is out. He has a practice shirt on. He's talking with his teammates, but these guys are looking for answers.
Not soul-searching. They're wondering how in the world can we stop these guys the rest of the night and not get completely embarrassed.
Bert Auburn wearing out that right leg tonight. He kicks it short for the goal line, fresh sprinting out to the 20-yard line. And the Powell moves forward near that logo that, here in a couple of years will be an SEC logo and not a Big 12 logo. Chris Adamora, the special teams tackle for the Longhorns. 51-0 Texas. Rice ball, 9:50, third quarter.
You know, it's interesting. I see the speed of Sean Fresh, and I know that, there's no longer a wedge in special teams now. The wedge has been outlawed. But I would love to see him take it upon himself and just say, this blocking up front is not working for me. I got to break it outside. And I want to see him outrun some people. Speed to do it.
Left to right, Constantine coming under center, and he hands to the left. I peer around a beam and a wall, and the ball pops out to 30. Comes forward to 35, and the Owls hop down on it. Like that wet bar of soap. Owls, Shea Baker, the veteran right guard there, hopping in. He talked to us in the media this week, and he was a Longhorn fan growing up. Grew up just north in Round Rock, went to Cedar Ridge High School. He got some, his stepmom works the UT campus. Got some family, of course, they're Longhorn fans, but he wouldn't admit to any friendly wagers at this one. 51-0 Texas. Constantine Gunn takes the snap, keeps it right side, maybe a little behind Montgomery. He turns it upfield and staggers his feet. And he is knocked down at the 38-yard line by the Longhorns' Prince Dorba.
So what the Texas Longhorns defense is doing, they're putting their helmets on the ball. They're punching at the ball. You're wondering, how are guys who normally do not fumble, why are they fumbling? That is why. They are forcing turnovers. That's what they're trying to do.
8:40 to go, 2nd and 9 to 37. Snap in a hand. Montgomery Spinning away past the 40, lunging up to the, as they say, at the 40, as Prince Dorba makes his second straight tackle, a 3-yard gain. Third down, and they'll need, it's like 6 here. I'm glad to see Montgomery out there, and you need to see some other guys. You've got to find some kind of spark. It's about Conference USA play starting in a couple weeks.
I actually was enjoying watching him run, and I hate they took him out. I wish they'd leave him in and let him run the ball.
Owls only 2 of 8 on third downs. They need 6 here at the 40. Shotgun Constantine looking right, swinging it to Myers. Catches it, turns it up, but well shy of the sticks. He reaches to the 44. Well, say it with me, Prince Dorba makes another stop for the Texas Longhorns. Fourth down, and the Owls will bring out the punt team.
Pretty predictable, short passing game because the Owls have not stretched the field against this Texas defense. So they know they can comfortably play 5 to 6 yards off the ball and have that single deep safety and just come up and hit people.
Looks like they've got Worthy back there deep now. Big right leg of Mendez kicks a very high one that turns over, goes inside the 5 from the 4 Worthy, turning it right past the 10, glides up to the 20 and takes a right turn out of bounds and gets edged that way by Isaiah Richardson on our special teams unit. Good to see him back out there. 51-0 Texas over Rice. 7:14 to this third, and we have a timeout on the field. Back in just a moment here from our state capital of Austin. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Shoppers is proud to be your local John Deere dealer. The history of John Deere tractors goes back over 100 years. When you think of John Deere, you think of words like iconic, legendary, industry leader. We at Shoppers are glad to be a part of that history. So if you're needing a John Deere tractor, gator, or lawnmower, you can find information by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. We look forward to helping you write your own John Deere tractor story. Come see us at Shoppers. We're all things John Deere and proud supporter of Rice Owl Athletics.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today and go Owls.
First and 10, the 24-yard line. 51-0 Texas leads. It'll be Longhorn ball when we come back to action here in about 30 minutes during one of these Longhorn Network breaks. Okay, maybe 2 minutes, but 4 quarterbacks tonight for the Owls. You've seen this is unlike a lot of games that we've ever seen, obviously together, and even the
4 that I did with David.
Overqualified spotter we have here in the booth. The years y'all get changed.
Come here, show your face. Show your face. This is our overqualified spotter. You remember him? They've had him for 4 years. Come back. Where are you going?
Hey, over there. I'll have you know, 2 guys in this booth have called Diboll Lumberjack games and Angelina College Roadrunners games and Rice Owls games. These guys right here.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And a lot maybe don't know the whole story. We told in other avenues, but I knew David from he used to have my job when I was doing radio in Lufkin. But when your job came open, I applied for it. Like, hey, Dave, what do you think? Blah, 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 blah. I ended up doing Rice baseball, and some schmo was doing the color on football. And here we are a few years later.
Well, how about that? Look how things worked out.
Thanks to David for everything. He's been a good one.
Yeah.
But here we are now as the Red Hat is on the field, and a little bit over halfway through this third quarter of action all Longhorn.
How many years of high school football? Yeah, we did a lot.
Too many, he said.
We did a lot. So, in regards to drives for Texas tonight, Bobby points out 8 drives. They've had 8 drives. 7 of those drives have resulted in touchdowns. One of them was a pick. A pick that the Rice defense was able to generate earlier in the game. You want to move your Dr. Pepper bottle there? It's blocking Bobby's pretty face. So,
good TV, guys. Here's Hudson Card. Hudson Card started the season opener. He's got Keelan Robinson, who just had that long touchdown run. He could have gone to Round Rock if nobody had been there. 51-0. Rice trails 1st and 10 to 24. Snap, give, and Robinson this time kept in the garage as he will squat forward as Antonio Montero ushers him down. Maybe they're going to give him 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 8. So big debate in the Longhorns offseason. Card, Thompson, Card, but last week, Card had a rough start at Arkansas, 8-15, 61 yards, but 2-time All-Stater for the Cavaliers of Lake Travis here in town.
And then Coach Sarkisian decided to make Thompson the starter. He announced it early last week.
2nd down at 8, their own 26-yard line. Twins to the left side. Now's Bluff a little pressure. As the snap comes back, the turn, and a fake to Robinson, throws it left side, caught by Moore, up the numbers, the 40, zigzag up the 45, lunges to the 49-yard line. Gabe Taylor wrestles him down 23 yards on that little zigzag. They got a lot of talent at receiving core, too. The Yoakum product gets the first down. Now Gabe Taylor on a knee for the Rice Owls here near Way. Longhorns trainers coming out to see if he's okay before the Rice trainers get over there.
Texas Longhorn receivers you were talking about, they have a lot of twitch, man. And those are track guys, so they know how to run. And to be honest with you, all track guys are not good football players. I think most people know that. But when you can find a track guy that can play football, you have something special. And I think that Texas, as they continue to eventually get into the SEC, they're going to find that. There are a lot of track guys in the SEC. They got plenty of them. Texas has plenty of them. And they're going to be plenty, especially, I know Tennessee was known for that. Tennessee would start going back to Willie Gault and those guys, they were known for that.
So thankfully, Taylor gets up in his own power as he's making his way off to the far sideline. The bad news is he was playing for the injured Trayshawn Chamberlain, so we'll see if they bring in Chike Anabogu or play Wyatt. They're listed next on the depth chart. The Chike Anabogu coming in now, looks like. 51-0, all Longhorns here on the right. 6:14 to this third stanza. First down, the 48-yard line. That's Nate Griffin on J.P. Heath.
You know which way to go with the ball, right?
I don't, actually.
I'm ready to say.
Here comes the snap. They have a tight end to the left, and the back still is Robinson. Under the 6-minute mark now. Owls have a lot on the line. They hand it to Robinson as he bangs his way into Miles McCord, and then he gets stopped at midfield. A gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8. At the 50, 1st and 10. Let's check that 2nd and 8 for the Longhorns. Matt Peterson's down the right south sideline.
Unfortunately, more injury updates. Desmond Baker just walked off, holding his right elbow. He's under the tent receiving treatment.
Pull out the eyes here to see who's out there now. They moved Terrence Ellis over, the freshman from Pearland and Shadow Creek, there in the linebacking core. 2nd and 8 to 50, hand left. Robinson sprints his way to the left end, the 40, and he hops his way around to the 37-yard line. Kurt Lockhart helping out on that tackle. He's from Cedar Hill up here, Dallas. The first down for the Longhorns.
Longhorns just running to the weak side of the defense, and certainly, you're looking for some plays if you're Rice House defense. I thoroughly agree with what Bloomgren said. If you're not going to play hard, you're not going to be on this team.
Here's the snap, hand to Robinson. Works it off right tackle, and he will move his way to the 36 before meeting Elijah Garcia. Slide to his left to make that stop. They've got a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 now. The Longhorns at the 36.
Remember we talked about chopping off 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, for the Rice House. Texas Longhorns. You can sustain, a series of plays if you can do that. Well, that's what Texas is doing right now. They got the clock, they've got the score. That's what they're doing.
Card takes the clap and the snap, fakes to the running back and tosses it left. Caught the 35-yard line, caught now down to the 30. And Montero over there bumping out. Longhorns Longhorns, Gabriel Watson coming in as a back.
Is that McCord? I thought McCord might have had an opportunity for a pick. I would need to look at that play again, but I thought that was McCord who was coming up on the corner blitz. And I can show the replay. But that would have been a great opportunity had it been available.
It was actually Kai Money, 83, not 33. Thanks, David, on that spot there. 3rd and 1 to 29. Texas ball, snap card, hand left. And Jonathan Brooks will make that carry as Isaiah Floyd in there on that stop. Owls reserve offensive lineman has been switched to defense because of some depth. But still a first down for the Longhorns at the 28.
And right now they've got total control of the game, using the run game. They got guys who run the football. I totally understand it. They decide to play the SEC, you have to have a good run game, and they're proving that.
Play clock getting down to 5 seconds. Here's the snap, counter turn, give to Brooks. Pops it up the middle, moving to his left. His first couple Longhorn carries. He is slammed down to his left from Hallettsville, Texas. Isaiah Floyd making his second straight tackle. No gain on that play, 2nd and 10.
Good to see that the Rice defensive front has not given up. They are continuing to play. That's what they're going to need to do. You still have to get ready for Texas Southern next week.
Got a down player on the field now.
Yeah, not good.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. I think that's Antonio Montero.
That's who it looks like.
Al's leading tackler. We'll get an injury update on him in a little bit. Timeout on the field. Texas 51 and Rice nothing. 3:05 left in this third quarter. This is Rice football from Learfield.
From annual checkups to managing chronic conditions, taking care of your health should always be a priority. At Houston Methodist, our primary care doctors are available to provide personalized care for you and your family safely. We offer a variety of convenient ways to get care from us, from same-day sick visits to extended hours at select locations. And we are taking every precaution to keep you safe during your visit. Choose your doctor or schedule online at houstonmethodist.org/stay healthy.
Head on over to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village. They've got post-game drink specials a college student can't refuse. On Thursdays, enjoy college nights with $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Any other day, bring your Rice ID and get more great specials. With a large patio deck, board games, and trivia nights, Little Woodrow's is definitely the place to be. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with our upcoming events. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Sounds football brought to you by Carbach Brewing Company, proudly brewed in Houston at 2032 Carbach Street. Carbach, it's crafted for serious fun. Montero gets helped off the field. Hate to see that. He's been your best defender. Comes out of there.
Yeah. Well, same with Rashaan Johnson. Who's been one of your better defenders. These guys are giving it their all against a very talented Texas team. We're going to prove that after Arkansas, they're no fluke. And, it's pretty amazing how they lost to Arkansas. Arkansas manhandled Texas. I do mean manhandled.
A lot reading in the postgame and hearing some of the chatter about Texas and Arkansas, but they got woken up at that halftime. That Rice really scared them in that first half. They played a tight third quarter, and then Arkansas pulled away. But Matt Peterson, only good news right now, I hope.
Yeah, it does appear to be good news. Montero not receiving treatment. He went into the large defensive huddle with his helmet off. So again, positive signs for him. He's not actively receiving treatment.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's good news.
Matt, we missed you. Glad to have you back, Mr. Versatility. Petey, we miss you, man. Glad you're back. Yeah. The one and only Taylor McCarr down on the sideline as well. Terrence Ellis still in there at linebacker with the Rice Owls. He comes in for Montero. 2nd and 10 to 28. Texas has the football. done doing my taxes right now. Here's the end of the commercial break. Twins to the right, a single to the left. They got Brooks, the back to the right. Now he goes back in that pistol for Card. Where's jersey number 1? Here's the snap, and Card bluffs the handoff, roll out to the right side. Card zips it to the right, and interception is dropped by Nyaqual at the 20. Appeared that they were trying to lob it towards the right sideline, but Nyaqual almost jumped that.
Yeah, they ran a little boot, and thank goodness that George Nyaqual read it. He saw what was coming. He was able to get away. But if he had been able to pick that off, he'd have been able to take it back to the receivers.
Intended receiver Cavante Dixon from Carthage Wilbon. 4 wide receivers, 3 of them to the right side. They have been money on third down, 6 of 7. Here's the snap. Hand, left edge, 25. Spinning Brooks, the 20. Turns his way near the sideline into burnt orange territory. And left foot, right foot to get that first down. He had to get to the 18. We'll see. Just a little bit short there. Hold out that Bob Schlinger wallet. Just a little bit short.
Well, it's pretty amazing how these running backs.
And a snap and a run to the left. They sneak it on 4th down in less than a yard. Hadn't gone tempo in a while. Montero back in there. Makes that tackle on Brooks. They make the first down. They move those chains at the 17-yard line.
So they went tempo to get the first down, and this is the 12th play of the drive.
Card here. 1st and 10 of the Owls 18 in the red zone. They have been great in the red zone all season. Twins right. Here's the snap. Hand to Brooks. Shimmies to the left, and he has stood up, and he is stripped down. Terrence Ellis making his second career tackle. He played 2 games in 2020 and had 1 tackle. Love when those Houston products stay home. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Oh, you got so much talent here in the state of Texas. Not to mention Austin. With Westlake and Travis and so many other schools. But Houston, oh my goodness.
Receiver in motion is Woodard. Here's the snap. Give to Brooks. A trap left side. The 10, the 5. He gets his first career touchdown. A 17-yarder. And it's 57-0. Texas as Jonathan Brooks gets Peter.
That's your 4th-string running back. And you saw that guy outran the angles, right? He actually outran the angles.
And picked up McCord on the last block around that end. It's just good execution there as near the final minute of this 3rd quarter. It's been all Longhorns this whole way. Coach, you call it?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Kick is up and good by Auburn, and the cannon goes out again. I hate to acknowledge this low-hanging fruit, but we're going to run out of ammunition here this one. Using the cannons up so much. I did sidelines on an SFA Lumberjacks football game once for that happened. They scored so many points they ran out of that one. I don't know, not some artillery that's good, but whatever it is they put in there to the blanks, the shells. But 58-0 Texas after that 17-yard rush by Jonathan Brooks. Count them up on the rushing touchdowns tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rushing touchdowns tonight. Rice getting the ball back right now. They'll still have Fresh back there going back to his own end zone.
I'll give you that, whatever that was. 13 plays, 76 yards, 6 minutes and 6 seconds. 24-yard run by Jonathan Brooks. He is a freshman from Alexandria, Texas.
I said earlier he was the Dave Campbell's player there. He was a finalist. All about the details. Line drive kick, pressure return left to right. Takes the 20, the sideline, runs into a special teams member and kindly shoves him out of bounds. It's being Darian Dunn. And Owls ball, 1:02 to go in the third quarter.
Well, they got him to bounce in the direction they wanted him to bounce. Sealed off the other end. So they brought him to the sideline.
Constantine back out there at quarterback for the Owls. This is a fourth series to come out there. In case you're just joining us, if you're going in and out, I don't understand. Might have some honeydews Saturday night. McCaffrey Green played McMahon, had a snap. A snap at a hand. They go to the 28-yard line. Owls ball carrier. Jordan Myers goes for 4. Byron Murphy, a true freshman from DeSoto, on that stop. Along that line, I saw Braylon Carroll. I was getting my sweat on in the hotel, I guess, gym, you'd say.
Yeah, I heard you on the treadmill this morning. You told me.
Duncanville had a big win against DeSoto. I was talking about Braylon Carroll with that. As Reginald Samples' 300th career win. He becomes the first black coach in Texas high school history to get 300 wins. Incredible. Here's the snap. Constantine under pressure in the phone booth, and he is brought down by Murphy. Murphy gets 2 straight plays there, drops him for a yard to the 23. Check that. Loss of 5, as that will wind down the third quarter. The third and 11 for the Owls when we return. 58-0. All Longhorns. Fourth quarter coming up next. Do your taxes, eat your lunch, dinner. We'll be back in a bit. This is Rice Football from Learfield.
Rice fans, need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at HoustonPlaza.Hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's HoustonPlaza.Hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
Attention Owls fans, you can now support Rice every day thanks to the Tap and Pay Plus mobile app. It's simple. You shop with Tap and Pay Plus, earn instant cash back along the way, and Tap and Pay Plus will donate back to Rice Athletics for you. Just go to the App Store and download Tap and Pay Plus, select Rice Athletics as your cause, and start rewarding yourself while supporting your school.
Back in the Little Woodrow Studios, quick scoreboard update. Ryan Stone here with you. Top 25 action. Number 10, Penn State up on 22nd ranked Auburn, 28-20. 7 minutes to go in that one. Auburn just getting the ball back. Number 4, Oregon is pulled away from Stony Brook. They were 34-7 early in the fourth quarter. Number 21, North Carolina has opened up a pretty big lead against Virginia early in the fourth quarter. They lead 52-21, and 17th ranked Ole Miss up on Tulane, 19-7. JP.
Houston Methodist is the official healthcare provider for Rice Athletics. Visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist leading medicine. Looking at the, speaking of the Houston Methodist leaderboard stats, 551 total yards for the Longhorns. Owls have 192, and Rice 6 penalties. Owls 114 rushing yards. They've possessed the ball almost 24 minutes of this game. Only 2 of 9 on third downs. Texas, 127 yards from Robinson. He won't play again. We won't see Rashaan Johnson. He's got 112 yards. Owls have played 4 quarterbacks. 3 have thrown passes. Constantine, 6 of 8 for 30 yards. Green, 5 of 6 for 28. McCaffrey, 2 of 3 for 20. Owls leading rusher Griffin with 52 yards on 7 carries, and 2 Owls have 4 catches, Jake Bailey and Jordan Myers.
It's just a tough night. That's what it comes down to. And I look at the stats. But let me go back to the very beginning of the game. I thought they came out with a pretty good game plan. Problem is they couldn't sustain a drive, JP. That's what hurt the most. Could not sustain a drive. Now when that happens, Bo Nelly.
Yeah, the first drive, they had a couple of short runs. Texas gets the ball back and scores. And then Rice was moving the ball in that second drive. And then after they had missed a field goal, that really, it sounds weird to say salt in the wound at the first. And you didn't know exactly what would come, but you knew coming in, you knew you had to seize opportunities. And they just did not early. It snowballed on them. And do a quick sideline check. Matt Peterson, any new observations? We haven't heard from you in a few minutes, but any thoughts down there on the sideline?
Yeah, guys, kind of more of the same. I think the players are sticking together. They're frustrated. They're not, satisfied by any means, but they're not fighting one another. So kind of what you'd expect from a team down this much at this point. Travel, that's always a good sign because the injured players don't always make the road trips.
If you fight one another in a game like this, though, you're not really solving anything.
Montgomery, the back, motions out of there. Empty set for Constantine. Swings it out to Montgomery, catches 25, and takes a beeline out of bounds in front of the Longhorns, Richardson. But short of the first down. It was third down and 10. They only get 4 yards on that play.
Just as a bit of a night, the Owls so far on third down are 2 for 10.
Worthy is back to return this punt for the Longhorns. Mendez still out there punting for the Blue and Gray. 4th and 6 to 28. Kicks this one deep, backs up to his left near the sideline, catches it backpedaling, stops on Iaqua, goes up the middle to 25, the 26-yard line. He is stopped after a 54-yard boot. Adrian Wickham, special teams for the Blue and Gray. 58-0, all Texas.
So I think what you try to do is get ready for next week, JP. You're going to be going into a game quite possibly where both teams are winless. Texas Southern has not won a game this year. And you look at Rice, right now they're losing to Texas 58-0. We were here in the fourth quarter, 14-12. So there's a lot to play for next week. Right on the line to get a win.
Now, Longhorns still have Card up there, quarterback, and Brooks the back. A pitch to the right on the first down play. He had that alley that closed up quick. Brought down by the Owls, Antonio Montero. Only a yard gain on that play. 2nd down and 9. Longhorns setting up on the right hash. 2nd down and 10.
This is a Chamber of Commerce night for football.
It turned into that, didn't it, after a pretty warm start. A clap. Snap coming back, give to Brooks. Weaving his way up the middle, takes a right turn by the 4, the 35, the 40, the 45, stumbling forward the 50. Lane Smith brought him down near midfield. 27 yards on that rush. We mentioned we didn't see, I did not watch the ULA game, but watched a lot of that Arkansas game replay. Growing up, obviously watching a lot of Longhorns, a lot of Aggies, just watching a lot of games, but Texas was always about running the football. So they're getting back, they've got some backs that can run the football. Getting back to those days. But they've thrown the ball well, too, tonight. Been very efficient. As Card is in the gun at midfield. Snap. And out to Brooks. Turns around. Has a stiff arm. Moves up to the 50. And makes his way down the sideline to the 45-yard line. That little 7 extra yard bump there by Josh Percy. Making that tackle a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4. He should have lost a couple on that play.
He should have. He made nothing look like something. Made nothing out of something. That's because of his running ability. This is a guy who can stop, start, stutter.
A shotgun. Receiver in motion. Here's the snap. Hand to Brooks around the left end, the 40. Grabbed around the leg by Garcia. Elijah Garcia, 5-yard gain, but it does go for a first down for the Longhorns to the 38.
Yeah, this kid has so much talent. And that time he's running to the weak side. And still made a nice run.
Expect a lot of running the rest of this one. Texas has a new running back in their it's Gabriel Watson. Now their 5th different running back they've seen get some snaps here. 1st and 10, the Owls 39-yard line. Gun snap to Hart and a hand. And running straight up the middle of the 30, shifting left is Watson, and he is brought down the top of the Big 12 logo by Naeem Smith.
They're running, all their running
28-yard line.
All their running backs are shifting. And JP, that's a style. That's the style that's taught. The way they're running right now, stutter, step, stop. Look at the defense. Allow yourself to kind of sit back and watch it, slow the game down a little bit. All of them run, if you notice, they all have the same thing.
He went over the 400-yard rushing mark on that carry. Here for Watson. Taking some time off the clock. 5 seconds to snap it, 4 seconds to snap it. 58-0 Texas. First down the Rice 28. Hard hands to Watson again. Sprinting around the right end. Breaks a shoestring tackle inside the 25. Ford jumping on the pile. And bringing it down. Smith helping out in that tackle among others. About 5 yards on that play. Check that 4, 2nd and 6.
Wow, that's a big number.
Over 600 total yards.
That's a big number. That is a huge number, in fact.
.208 of this 4th quarter. 2nd down and 6 at the 24.
409 yards rushing.
The snap, and Watson around the right end, trucks it to 20-yard line. Gets inside the red zone. Terrence Ellis bring him down short of a first down sticks. He had to get to the 18, stopped at the 19-yard line. 3rd down and 1, a 5-yard gain. Last time the Owls were shut out 3 years ago against UAB, that 42-0 game.
Didn't have to be that way tonight.
3rd down and 1 to 19. They've been very efficient on 3rd downs here. They're 6 of 8.
You like run play here?
Oh, I like it. I see a run play stop, JP. I don't see them passing much more of this one, as Texas had some guys shifting around. Might have a timeout to save that penalty. Get some of the guys down on the depth chart.
Texas media timeout.
A stoppage on the play. 9:04, 4th quarter. Texas 58, Rice nothing. This is Rice football from Learfield.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out, too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything.
Wow.
Nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
IBW, proud sponsor of Rice Owls Athletics. Owls proud again to be partnered with IBW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, lighting up Rice University in Houston for over 100 years. 9:04, 4th quarter, Texas 58 and Rice nothing.
You know, the thing that sticks out to me is a big number. It's the rush yards. 414 rush yards against what we thought There's going to be a really, really good Rice Owls defense. But that said, let's give them some credit. They're having to do this by playing an extended time, at least the defense, having to play an extended time on the field.
Last time a team had over 500 yards of total offense was Texas, almost 2 years to the day at NRG. They had 509 yards of offense, and this really hadn't dawned on me. Get this nugget. Remember the Owls leading at Arkansas 17-7. Since then, U of H and then this Texas game, they've been outscored 126-7. Hey, passing along notes like that. It's just been a rough couple of games. And we got TSU next week, Southern Miss after that. Try to get back and establish something before you get that thick of the CUSA schedule.
I'll read this. Rice Owls Insider is your home for exclusive content inside the athletics department. Regular visits with AD Joe Carlgard. I think that's by the guy to my left. And archived Mike Bloomgren shows and other interviews with Owls coaches and players. JP Heath. Rice Owls Insider, wherever you get your podcast. Would that be you?
It would be. Thank you for knowing that.
Yes, sir.
3rd down and 1. The 19. They're 6 of 8 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 1 for the Longhorns. Snap to Card. Hand left. Watson again. Tracks it back in between the hashes. The 15-yard line. Montero. Minnesota tough out there. Compiling another tackle to 13 for 6 yards.
They've seen this movie before. The Rice Owls. They've seen this movie. They wanted to try and cancel it tonight. But Texas just brought their game. They were angry from last week, and I think we knew that they would play with a chip on their shoulders, but we also thought that Rice would play with a chip on their shoulders after having suffered what they suffered against the University of Houston.
And Texas taking more time off the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Card in the gun, hand to Watson. And a good job by Piercy. Jumped on for a piggyback ride, and he brought him down at the 12-yard line. Gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I was going to say, they still have 2 downs to make a 1st down there, JP. And get themselves in position to score.
4 different guys have had rushing touchdowns tonight for the Longhorns. 2nd and 9 at the 22.
Actually, they can't kick a field goal right now. They had a pretty good field goal kicker some time ago who ended up playing in the NFL, Phil Dawson.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Tucker still out there, right, too. Mm-hmm. Hand to Watson. Squeezes in between the guard and the center, and he'll poke his way around the 8-yard line. He got 4 yards, 3rd down and 5 now, as Josh Piercy got another tackle. He's a freshman from Morristown, New Jersey. Played in 4 games all on special teams 2 years ago, and then last year had 5 tackles and get some run here early in this season. We need to get to the 3 for the 1st down. This 4th quarter is zipping along here under the 7-minute mark. All Longhorns, almost the opening kick. 3rd and 5 at the 8. Put the big fella Sanders, the tight end, in motion, and a hand goes up the middle to Watson. He gets stood up by the Owls. Caleb James, freshman from North Shore High School. Played at a state championship team a couple of years ago.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, they
played for John K. over at North Shore.
They were telling me about James last year. They really love his championship pedigree. Super strong, walk-on guy. So 4th down and 4. They've converted both of their 4th downs here tonight. 6:07 to go. Shotgun, Card. Takes the snap. Hands left. Watson hit behind the line. Surges forward. The Owls will get the stop. Caleb James, the first one there. The Owls will stop them short on 4th down, and they'll get the football back. Second time tonight that the Owls have stopped a drive.
So is that 14 red zone possessions and they've scored at 13?
Yeah, it's the first time they're 8 of 8 coming in. And yes, I think so. Because, yeah, you're right. Because they didn't have red zones on a couple of the 3 long of the touchdown runs.
Right.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But we have a timeout on the field. 58-0, Texas leads Rice. This is Rice football from Learfield.
From the slightest bend to complex motions, your body is made to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are using advanced technology and imaging to develop custom treatment plans, and our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
This is the College Football Rewind.
And Bob, give it sick! Kick is good! And the Longhorns win. This is what big-time college football is all about.
Taking you beyond the box scores to relive the emotions from the Saturday that was in college football.
Got it! Touchdown, Penn State! Play on! Touchdown, Washington!
It's the College Football Rewind. Download on Sunday mornings on Apple Podcasts. Search College Sports Now.
Texas 58 and Rice nothing. 5:58 in this fourth quarter. So have a little time left. There's a stoppage on the field. We'll be back right after this. This is Rice football from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Golick, and I'm back to host the second season of the Fan Exam live trivia game every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Test your college sports knowledge against fans from around the country for the chance to win cash and prizes, including an unforgettable New Year's Day experience at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. It's free to play in the brand new Fan Exam app or at thefanexam.com. Get ready to ace the test. Join us for the Fan Exam Season 2 every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Back at DKR, right now Rice, they're down 58-0 to the Texas Longhorns. It has not been a good night. Very quickly, IBEW, the Owls are so proud to again be partnering with IBEW International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716, lighting up Rice University and Houston for over 100 years.
Thank you, Nate. 58-0, first and 10. The 6-yard line for the Rice Owls. Owls have Myers as the back. Constantine's played this whole second half. Hand to Myers up the middle. Gets shoved back, and he got a yard on the play. Myers has had a tough go of it running the football this year. Very versatile guy. Adelaide got that tackle for the Longhorns. He was a good player for them a couple years ago. He just moved down the depth chart a bit. Second down and 9.
Remember, Myers came in here as a tight end, converted to a running back, and also an H-back.
Second and 9, their own 7. Constantine bluffs right from the end zone, stops, flings it right side, caught by Bradley, the 10, and he is chopped down. Falls at the 12-yard line. He got 5 yards. So third down and 4 as Devin Richardson, true freshman from DeSoto, makes the tackle. Third and 4, the 12.
Yeah, Texas also has an attacking defense. I noticed minimum 2 players to every ball that's thrown or every ball that's run.
New DC Pete Kwiatkowski had some ties in the Pac-12 with Coach Bloomgren. He's known him for a while. Third and 4 at the 12. Bailey motions from outside, inside. Now they hand to Myers. Streaks off the right tackle. Picks up the first down. One of his better runs of the night is Myron Warren, sophomore from Manny, Louisiana. Up there North Louisiana. First down, the 18.
Right now, the Owls are just trying to get out of this game without any more injuries. 58-0 game, 4:21 remaining. But they want to try and finish with a little bit of pride, a little bit of dignity, and see if they can't get at least a field goal.
Constantine out of the shotgun. At the half, Texas was leading 44-0. They've not scored in the fourth quarter here. Constantine on the keeper. He'll weave his way up the middle. And not bad. He got 5 yards on that play. Second down and 5. Remember, we talked about this in passing earlier in the broadcast. We remember in the offseason, we thought it'd be Green or Constantine or Green before Luke McCaffrey was in the picture.
Well, you actually have a different quarterback coming out because Constantine got his helmet knocked off. So T.J. McMahon is not coming in. Mahan, I'm sorry.
T.J. McMahon, his brother Ryan, the second baseman for the Colorado Rockies athletic family, second at 5-23. Here's the snap. McMahon, 4 quarterbacks tonight for the Owls. They turn up the middle, get past the 25-27. Sawyer Gorman-Welch, former Longview Lobo for John King up there in East Texas, makes the stop on the Owls ball carrier. Juma Otoviano on that carry. Did a double take, just making sure, yes, it's his first carry of the season.
Yeah, good to see Juma out there. I think he's a strong runner. Remember, who that he had the 200-plus yards against a couple years ago?
Old Dominion. Got Mike Boomer in his first Conference USA win. They're 3 of 11 on third downs. And Myers gets the handoff and sprints his way for a first down. Not a lot, but he got a first down to 30-yard line. First down. It sounds weird, but this is what Rice wanted to do. Short drives or short yards, short completions, occasional quarterback run, and just kind of plod up the field. That's what they wanted to do in this game.
Early in the flow of the game, not now.
Yeah. Shotgun Constantine, play action out of Viano. Constantine heaving over the middle, caught by Patterson to the 45-50. Rolls into Longhorns territory. Cedric Patterson, transfer from New Mexico, makes that stop and makes that catch, and there's a down Longhorn on the field after a 22-yard gain.
Yeah, nice little post pattern there run by Patterson from the near side towards the middle of the field, and he snagged it out of the air. That was a beautiful catch by Patterson, whose mom is the superintendent of Crosby ISD.
Ishmael Ibrahim is down on the turf right now for the Longhorns, and there's a timeout on the field. Texas 58, Rice nothing. Our last stoppage of the game. 2:05 to go in the fourth. This is Rice football from Learfield.
What if your preferred hospital could also be your primary care provider? At Houston Methodist, we go beyond hospital care, offering you everything from flu shots to well-woman exams to managing your weight and cholesterol. And our primary care doctors and specialists are connected all across the city. So whatever the need, wherever you live, we can be there for you.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archived coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify. Rice Owls trailing the Texas Longhorns 58-0. The next broadcast of Rice Owls football back in the Frankie Hicks radio booth. Texas Longhorns, that'd be another story, but the Texas Southern Tigers come to town. 5:30 kick time. And we'll be your faithful audio companions as always. 5 o'clock, Houston Methodist Hospital pregame on the Rice Owls Game Day app, the Varsity Network app, riceowls.com. We'll also have our in-stadium radio feed as well at 95.3 FM. So, yeah. Hey, I want to give a quick shout-out for those of y'all still. I should have mentioned this early in the broadcast, but Grace Forbes, the beyond sensational cross-country runner for the Rice Owls. She was named the cross-country female athlete of the week.
Outstanding.
And Tuesday's great season debut last weekend of the Rice Invitational. All-American last year, most know that, but she picked up where she left off last season, won her home debut Friday. 34 full seconds over 82 other runners in the 4,000-meter, about a pace of about 3:20 a kilometer. But it was the second of Forbes' career as she helped the Owls to a second-place team finish. But the award, the Female Athlete of the Week award, but Owls finished second in the team standings, and they have a couple of weeks to prepare for the A&M Invitational. That's coming up in a couple of Saturdays down College Station way. But Grace Forbes, three-time All-American for the Rice Owls. Still a freshman.
Wow.
With the new eligibility. She is one of the great Rice Owls athletic stars. Jake Constantine just inside Longhorns territory, the 49, 1st and 10. Standing tall in the pocket, in it deep down the left sideline to Peterson, incomplete at the 15.
If he throws that out a little further, he makes that catch. Because he doesn't have to look back with the corner in his face in a fly route.
I like trying it, though.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's the first time tonight they've tried.
Chris Adamore on that coverage. He's a junior from Lakewood, California. I've never been there. 2nd and 10, the 49-yard line. 1:50 to go. Rice down big, 58-0.
They're all over Cali. Just haven't been to Lakewood.
Where is that?
I have no idea.
Okay, there you go. I can tell you where any Texas town is. The snap, Constantine looking right side to get it to Campbell out there. And Kobe Campbell weaving his way. Yeah, he's listed at 22 on our rosters, but I know that's Campbell because he's number 17. Right. A little jitterbug out there getting to the 43-yard line. So a third down, he has, 6 yards on that one, 3rd and 4. I'm not comparing the two sides with speed, but Campbell's another one of those really fast guys that eventually they'd like to get in space with fast guys like this. We've seen a few plays from Montgomery tonight, too. 10th play of the drive coming up, and it's only at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 4, the Longhorns 43. They got Campbell in motion. Snap, give to Myers, stretched off right tackle the 40. First down, 35. Jordan, 25. The 20, his longest run of the season as he gets inside the Longhorns' red zone. He gets a nice 23-yard spurt. It brought down by Tyler Owens. First down.
Yeah, good run by Myers tonight. And would that be his best run on the night?
Of the season.
Good run by him. We can finally see a little bit of that burst.
Here comes still Constantine. They go empty. Final minute 30. 1st and 10 at the 20. Gun snap, Constantine standing, looking over the middle. Caught at the 11-yard line by Campbell. Squat down in front of Devin Richardson. Just a bit short. 9 yards on that gain. And Constantine, he's got the presence. I'm not saying, hey, he's doing great. I'm just saying he's throwing it, he's zipping it, trying to grasp at something positive.
He goes through a progression very quickly, and I tell you what, he's not waiting to see if the 3rd or 4th guy open. He's throwing to the 1st or the 2nd guy.
Campbell right, Patterson left, Bradley in motion. Most of the Owl starters have been out there both ways. The snap, hand to Myers up the middle, drags a defender with him. They get the first down. DJ Harris from New Caney, Texas, former Eagle, the true freshman. Great area of this state, I just have to say.
I wonder why New Caney, you got a little excited about that.
Hey, I talk some Lufkin folks too.
Yeah, I just wonder why you got so excited when you said New Caney. And there's excitement in your voice.
I thought it was so got to hurry up. 27 seconds left. They don't look like they're in a big hurry. They've got to get in the end zone here. 1st and goal at the 9. And the fans actually getting a little rowdy here. Who would have thought that? Here's the snap, play action. Constantine rolling out to the right side, throw at the 5, and Jager Bulls timbers down out of bounds around the 4-yard line. 15 seconds left. 2nd down and goal. Jake Constantine took a pretty hard shot by Adelaide Adoye from St. Louis, Missouri.
The question is, though, is he able to play in?
Bull checks out. Mayu's coming in as tight end. They've also got Fritch in there in the huddle. They send Bradley out of there. You'd think this play and at least another one. Don't laugh at me, but I want 7 here, okay?
You and I both.
Okay.
We do not want a shutout.
Probably understood. Trips to the left. Longhorns fans actually get noisy here. Shotgun snap one back. Constantine stepping up, plowed from behind. He is sacked. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds left. DJ Harris makes the sack. 4. And they let the time go off. I'm not sure why they did that. 58-0. Texas beats Rice. We'll have more coming up. Owls get shut out for the first time in 2 seasons. 3 seasons since UAB did it at home. We'll hear from Mike Bloomberg in a second. Texas led 44-0 at the half. And they win this one 58-0. A lot of good on the Texas side, not a lot of good on the Rice side. They just have to simplify and be blunt.
I agree. They have a lot to work out here, man. And you know, with Texas Southern coming up, you wanted to see what you could look like in the second half of the game. I'm not sure if they got the kind of picture that they wanted. So we're going to find out what he's thinking.
Let's go down to Matt. Let's go down to Matt Peterson.
All right, Coach, we talked at halftime. What did you make of the second half effort?
You know, I think we fought, but again, it wasn't good enough. We were not able to stop the run, which is something you have to do in college football, and we've got to find a way to stop the run.
Beyond that, any positives you would take from the second half?
Yeah, the fact that our guys fought and competed and tried to perform to our standard. I think they tried their butts off. I think we tackled slightly better in the second half. And we know it's a new season starting now, and we're going to go get it.
Constantine showed something to look like on that final drive.
Yeah, Jake did some good things in the second half. I'm proud of him. Proud of him for being called into action with very little practice, you know, missing all of training camp. So proud of the way he came in, proud of the way some of those guys fought around him and tried to make this thing go.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. In the toughest of games, he still comes on and talks, and have a lot to talk about in the post-game show, but you could have had Jake Constantine, and that's a show of who could be the quarterback here after the Owls played 4 quarterbacks in that game, a couple of them going down with injury. Stay tuned, a lot coming up here in our post-game festivities. The Little Woodrow's post-game show next from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights. We've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shots. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on all our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.